Yep. You. Do you want ambient? Okay. Ready?
He's going to be stopped short. And it's into the end zone for the touchdown.
Welcome to Azle High School at Hornets Stadium on the campus of Azle High School in Azle, Texas, where tonight on Mustang Friday night, the Mustangs try to get off the schneid and get their first win of the season. My name is Jacob Dedamore. My broadcast partner is Tim Smith. We apologize a little bit for the late start tonight, but we are here and ready to get going. And the Mustangs did come up a little bit short last week despite a strong effort against Wakeland High School out of Frisco. So tonight they look to bounce back, make some corrections, and get their first win of the season. And at this time, brought to you by our friends at AC Pros, we're going to take you to the thoughts of Grapevine Mustangs head coach Bob DeBest.
Welcome back to Mustang Friday night. We're here with Grapevine head coach Bob DeBest. This interview is brought to you by our friends at AC Pros. And Coach, I know it wasn't the result you wanted in the season opener against Wakeland this past Friday. Seemed like just a couple of little mistakes here and there were the difference in a game.
Yeah, kind of big mistakes, but it ended up to be big mistakes. Okay, first off, take nothing away from Wakeland because they played a heck of a game, and they played a first-class game too. So give credit to them. But you know, one of our goals and the plan to win is the Mustangs don't beat the Mustangs. The Mustangs beat the Mustangs on Thursday night. You know, we can look back at two glaring errors on the offensive side, which was ended up in a 14-point swing. In an 8-point game. It's not hard to figure that out. And defensively, as well as we played defensively, you know, the biggest issue was not being able to get off the field on third and long several times, two of which resulted in touchdowns. So when we talked to the kids, when we went through the video, it wasn't hard to figure it out. It wasn't complicated. The good news is those things can and should be, and hopefully will be corrected.
The good thing was there were a lot of positives out of that game. I know personally, Tim and myself on the broadcast, we were very impressed with how the team played up front on both sides of the ball. We thought the line of scrimmage, the trenches, was a very strong point for the team on Thursday.
No, you're exactly right. 193 yards rushing to 39. We gave up one sack. We had 4 sacks. So, yeah, there's no doubt. I thought we were... for the most part, the more physical team during the course of the evening. I was pleased with our resiliency. You know, I've had a lot of people tell me when it got to be 21-6, they felt like it could get out of hand. The complete opposite happened. The kids did a great job of fighting and clawing, scratching, and scoring in the fourth quarter, and you know, giving ourselves a chance. So you're right, a lot of positives to build on. The unfortunate thing is you only guarantee 10 of these things, of course, and you hate to let one slip through. But everything happens for a reason, and we'll look back on the story of this season and remember the mistakes in the Wakeland game and say, you know, that caused us to, you know, recognize some issues that we needed to address, and we did.
That offensive front of yours, you were bringing in 4 new starters on the offensive line in week 1. We thought as a unit they worked really well together, but we were extremely impressed with your sophomore center, Ethan Rudolph. What was your assessment of his play?
Yeah, I mean, for the first go-round, especially as a sophomore, and you've seen Ethan, he's not the biggest guy around as far as the offensive lineman is concerned. The first thing you got to say about Ethan's performance is he was 100% on snaps. You know, there were no off-target snaps, which is a great accomplishment for a kid starting center at his first game. Yeah, he was pretty tenacious in there. He gave good effort. His practice habits need to improve some. If his practice habits will improve some and intensity in practice will improve some, it'll show, during ball games. But you can say that for a bunch of our kids with the inexperience that we have. The offensive line as a whole, long way to go, but not a bad start. Not a bad start. It was something that we could easily teach off the video and make the assumption that we're going to move forward with some of the corrections.
Now, Coach, in addition to the play of the offensive line, you mentioned your two running backs, and DeMontres Dunn and Connor Bell both had phenomenal games in week 1.
They did. Happy for the two seniors. That's always fun to see. But I thought both of them ran extremely physical. There were a number of times that no matter where you were in the stadium, you saw Connor Bell taking on secondary defenders and knocking them back. One time down on the goal line, going in. And then DeMontres Dunn, I thought, showed a really good knack for sticking his foot in the ground and getting vertical, which we hadn't seen much from him prior to. And so that was a really good start for those two senior running backs, and something from a confidence standpoint they could certainly build on.
And on the other side of the trenches, we thought that the defensive front really had a strong game. Everybody knows how good Devin Thomas is and how well he plays. But the guy who really stood out to us outside of Devin was Bradley Stainer on Thursday night.
Yeah, Bradley played 43 snaps and was only given 2 loafs. And that's pretty dang good. I mean, that's really pretty dang good for 43 snaps. He and Devin were a really good 1-2 punch. Part of it is the stunts and all the change-ups that we have prior to. You also kind of have to include Leighton Towery and Tatum Evans, of course, when you talk about the front, because they're up there a lot, in the A-gaps, and they're involved in rush game too. But to only allow 39 yards rushing, 1.4, I think, per attempt, certainly Devin and Bradley really stood out.
Now we've got the Azle Hornets coming up tonight out here in Azle, and they present a little bit of a different challenge. They're going to spread you out a little bit more, try to get you in matchups. And last week, as you mentioned, you had the third down and long issues. A lot of those were because the quarterback was able to break contain and keep plays alive. How do you address that this week defensively?
Well, we've actually done a drill specifically designed to help coach containment, leverage as far as stunts up front is concerned. Always throwing the ball to make sure that if we did scramble, if the quarterback did scramble, we're working on discipline eyes and things like that. So we've addressed it as best we can in practice. Again, it's something for some inexperienced guys that just have to go through. They got to live through it and hopefully learn from it. The other thing that Azle will do, you talk about spreading them out, but they're unique. We're unique in the fact that we run option. They're unique in that they will really, they'll play football in a phone booth, and they'll put a bunch of guys in the box, no wide receivers, and just counter you and power you and try to out physical you. So they'll go from one extreme to another offensively anywhere on the field, which is going to present challenges for our defense.
Well, Coach, as always, we appreciate you taking the time to talk to us, and good luck in the game tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Absolutely.
That's head coach Bob DeBest here on Mustang Friday Night, presented by our friends at AC Pros. We'll be back with more of the pregame show. This is Mustang Friday Night.
Hi, I'm Russ Teeger.
And I'm Laura Teeger. We're the proud owners of AC Pros, family-owned and operated business going on 26 years. And here's a little bit of what we do.
Hi, I'm Jim Bradley. I'm a comfort specialist here at AC Pros. We are a full-service residential and light commercial HVAC company. We do sales and service for residential HVAC. We also do windows, attic efficiencies, radiant barrier installation, solar fans to make your system last longer. Today we're out here in Keller servicing one of our customers' outside units. This is Joel, our lead tech, taking care of the maintenance today. At AC Pros, we're small enough to care, but big enough to take care of business.
Go Mustangs!
Welcome back to Hornet Stadium on the campus of Azle High School in Azle, Texas. This is the AC Pros pregame show. Jacob Dedamore and Tim Smith here with you. And now we throw you to this week's episode of Tim's Takes.
Thank you, Jacob. As always, we have an exciting matchup here tonight with the Grapevine Mustangs taking on the Azle Hornets here in Azle, Texas. Now, we have seen Grapevine win this matchup the last 2 seasons, but with both teams coming off a loss last week and looking for their first wins in 2023, this matchup has some intrigue. We saw some new players really step up last week and making a name for themselves, like Demontrez Dunn, who had 83 yards on the ground, and Connor Bell, who had another 88 yards on the ground. We saw some big runs for those young men, and those runs would not be possible without the offensive line. So tonight, to start off with, I'm going to focus and introduce the new starting center for Grapevine, number 51, Ethan Rudolph. Ethan is just a sophomore this year, but has taken over as the team's starting center. Personally, I was interested to see this young, undersized, scrappy center do work last week, and I was not disappointed. What I saw was a center that understood leverage, his job and everyone's job around him. I saw Ethan getting downfield on linebackers and safeties and saw him controlling the middle of that offensive line. Ethan was not the starting center coming into camp, but proved his worth and won the job during practice. For my next spotlight, I will take you over to the defensive side of the ball. Last week we focused on the D-line and Devin Thomas, who had a nice week last week with several tackles and a sack. This week I want to take you to the defensive backfield and introduce Major Hecht. Hecht is a senior, and we have been watching him fly around the field for the last 2 years now. At just 6 foot, 165 pounds, Major tends to play bigger than he is. As a junior, Major was ranked in the top 100 at his position and can always see him flying downhill to make a tackle or a pass breakup. As one of the few starting returners for Grapevine this year, Major leads by example and is one of the heartbeats of this defense.
That was this week's the episode of Tim's Takes, brought to you by our friends at Lee Lewis Construction. And now, as we are getting close to kickoff time, we have a new element this week in our pregame show, and that is our sideline reporter, Carly Isbell, with a piece we call Carly's Corner.
Mustang Friday night has a nice ring to it. You've got traditions everywhere these Grapevine Mustangs show up. And in football, it goes even a bit further, with the moms and polish and pray on Thursdays, and the dads at breakfast with champions on game day mornings with the players. And then it's game day. The song says it all with a slightly new verse. Bam in the Mac, the Mustang air attack. Bells and band sound, Big D, rustlers, cheerleaders, and fillies. They are all part of Mustang's Friday night experience. So, there is a lot that has stayed the same from last year. On Monday night at the Coach DeBest show, we once again were talking about Mustang DNA and some of the players of the week representing the Mustang DNA traits. If you show up to practice though, you will hear a new battle cry for the players. Throughout practice, the players randomly are yelling something. I needed to do some research, so I asked a few people.
Do you know what this word means?
No.
Have you ever heard of it before?
No.
Do you know what this word means?
No.
No. Have you ever heard of it before?
No.
No. Okay.
I do not know what that word is.
You do not know that?
No, I
Okay, they didn't know, so I researched it, and this is what I found. There is no word for it in the English language. It is unselfish joy, delight and joy from the good fortune of others. So listen closely on Friday night to the sounds from the field. You'll hear it resonating in the stadium, the new Mustangs battle cry, and we all need to learn how to say it, so we found the perfect group to let us know the right way. Go Mustangs is still a worthy greeting for any of these guys. But this year, when you see a Mustang football player, try a new one. A new greeting that gets to the core of this football team. That fuels how they play for each other.
Welcome back here on Mustang Friday night to Hornet Stadium on the campus of Azle High School in Azle, Texas. A little trip tonight northwest of the Metroplex. Jacob Dedamore here with Tim Smith in the booth. And right now we're going to take you down to the field for our national anthem. I'm looking at 77 kid. He's the left tackle, and he's 295. Excellent job from the Azle High School Marching Band on our national anthem tonight, as we are just about ready for kickoff here, as both these teams tonight, the Hornets and the Mustangs, come in at 0-1. Tim, last week, Mustangs really put a game effort in against Wakeland. Just a few mistakes, as Coach DeBest talked about in his pregame interview. Just a few mistakes here and there is what was the difference in the game.
Yeah, when you're going through a rebuilding process, it's sometimes those one or two mistakes that can cost you the game. Nothing better after a loss than to get on the road, galvanize together as a team, come out here about 45 minutes or so outside of Grapevine, get on a nice little bus trip, nice little road trip, and come out here as the visitor and make this stadium your own.
The Azle Hornets tonight in their home green uniforms with white numbers outlined in black, as well as white and black stripings across each shoulder. The Mustangs in their road whites, the Stormtrooper uniforms, as I like to call them, with the red numbers outlined in blue, the white pants as well with the red and blue stripe down each leg, and of course the white Mustang helmet with the white helmet with that Mustang logo on it. And the Mustangs are going to be starting on offense tonight as the kickoff return team is heading to the field. That means Harrison Hackbarth, the senior number 14, at quarterback tonight. In the backfield with him will be DeMontrez Dunn, number 4, as well as number 24, Connor Bell. Connor Bell, the son of our executive producer, Trey Bell, was one of the captains tonight during the coin toss. A big honor for him.
Something to watch with Bell tonight. I was at practice the other day. He was kind of nursing a little bit of a sore ankle, so we're going to see if that hampers him at all here tonight.
Lining up to kick things off will be senior kicker number 24, Braden Forsyth for Azle.
A lot of energy in the stadium tonight.
Yep. Not quite as hot as it was last weekend for the season opening game. Still quite warm outside, but this is more today, more typical late August, and today is September 1st, early September weather here in North Texas, as it's 95 degrees here in Azle as we're about to kick things off.
And senior night here in Azle, so the entire home stands are packed from end to end, and man, people are still coming in, Jacob. This is going to be a pretty packed night. And the cowbells now are ringing. Okay.
Bryson Davis and Darius Burns back deep to receive this for the Mustangs. And we are off and running, a deep kick into the end zone, and that lands about 8 yards deep. And it'll be a touchback, and the Mustangs will start in their own 25. We mentioned Harrison Hackbarth, your starting quarterback. Seniors DeMontrez Dunn and Connor Bell are your two primary runners. Your starting wide receivers at the X, number 10, Will Matheny. Number 2, Darius Burns at the Z position. At the slot position, number 5, Mason Tatum, your starting tight end. Number 29, Ian Hatton across the front for Grapevine. Senior Ryan Knight, number 64, at left tackle. At left guard, junior number 71, Daniel Campos. Sophomore center, number 51, Ethan Rudolph. At right guard, number 70, Bergen Weir. And then number 55, sophomore Hunter Caudle at right tackle. We are just about ready as they are in the shotgun with a split back set. Snap back. Handoff up the middle to Bell. He's got a lot of room. He's breaking it to the outside, up to the 40, 45, and finally brought down near midfield. A strong start for this Grapevine offense as 24 yards on the carry for Connor Bell.
Absolutely no issue with the ankle there, as we talked about it just before the start. They take off, looks like just an extension from last week, just straight zone right run, and wow, what a hole opened up by that offensive line, picking up where they left off a week ago.
The offensive line was definitely one of the positives of last week for the Mustangs with 4 new starters up front. We talked about Ethan Rudolph and how well he played as a sophomore and an undersized young man at center. Snap back, handoff to Dunn, going over the right side again. He finds room and then gets yanked, and here come the flags. That is definitely a face mask. It's going to be an 8-yard gain for DeMontrez Dunn, and then we'll tack on probably 15 more here at the end.
Yeah, nice little hole. Once again, opened up, looked like a little trap play. We're not quite as high as we usually are, so we're a little bit hard to see inside the trenches exactly what's happening there. But a clear face mask, his whole head got weird backwards.
Yeah, his head got turned 90 degrees to his left as he was trying to find space in the hole.
That's going to give you a little 15-yard boost on the drive, and now the Mustangs are already in field goal position. Pretty close to it.
Yeah, that was an 8-yard run by Dunn, and then you tack on 15 more. Now they have 1st and 10 at the Hornet 28-yard line. Snap back, going option this time, and Hackbarth gets taken down. Great play that time by the Azle defense and senior inside linebacker number 23, Jacob Martin. The Hornets run a primarily 3-4 defensive set. Junior Connor Merrill, number 29, at one end. The other end is junior Riley Edelman, number 94. And your nose guard is number 64, Devin Wingfield. He's also a junior. We'll give you the rest of that starting defense here in just a moment for the Hornets. Loss of 4 on the play. Great penetration on the option. 2nd and 14 now. Hackbarth going option left again this time, and he takes down again. It was well defended, but I think Hackbarth probably would have been better served to pitch that out to Dunn that time. There was a little bit of space maybe for Dunn to do some work, but Azle still defended it quite well. And that time it was, that was number 30 on the tackle for Azle, Tyler Ulrich, the senior defensive back who came up from his safety position to make the stop. The junior, sorry.
Yeah, they're playing it really well. They're stringing it out to the sideline. You can see linebackers and corners coming up, giving him no real option to go with the football on that option.
3rd and 15, Hackbarth drops back, fires over the middle, and that pass is intercepted. Coming back is Azle up the near sideline and finally brought down by Hackbarth, and there's going to have a flag at the end on the tackle. On the interception that time, it was number 11, Cale Cohen, who's one of the other starting safeties. That pass looked like it went right through the hands of number 5, number 5, Mason Tatum over the middle. He might have been blinded by the sun. It looked like he was looking right back into the setting sun as that pass came in.
Yeah, certainly a catchable football. Looked like a really good throw inside the middle of the zone there. The ball goes through his hands seemingly from our view. That's unfortunate. And we haven't seen a lot of passes from Grapevine this year, but we've already got 2 picks on the board.
Well, 3 now.
3 from last week. Sorry, there was 2 a week ago. So now this defense has to come out and make a big stop early in this football game.
So after a great start to the drive, an interception ends it. Tack on a 15-yard penalty on the tackle at the end of the play. And Azle is starting in Grapevine territory at the Mustang 44. 9:50 to go here in the first quarter. Snap back, handoff up the middle. Room to run. Breaking tackles into the open field inside the 30 is number 34, junior Hagan Hughes, the starting tailback.
Thomas had a shot at him, but he was also being blocked at the same time. He had his ankle, but he was just able to squeak out.
Azle going tempo. They hand it to Hughes again, and this time he gets wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Trying to see as they unpile who it was that got the hand, and that was number 43, Bradley Stainer, Stainer got into the backfield, got one hand on Hughes and didn't let him go for no gain. Snap back on play action. That pass is almost intercepted, but then it's caught on the deflection. Wow, what a play.
Almost intercepting a screen pass here on this quick tempo. I talked to some of the coaches before the game down on the field. They said they were expecting this, and they've actually changed their defensive calls and shortened them to be ready for this tempo tonight.
They got 7 yards on that 3rd and 3. It's a little wide. Nope, quarterback draw up the middle, and it's going to be close to a first down as the starting quarterback, Kanan Kesnowski, kept it on the little zone read play, went up the middle, and got just enough for the first down to move the chains.
Yeah, Grapevine's defense did not see any of this last week, so this is a little new.
Yeah, Azle runs your typical full spread, up-tempo offense. 4 wide receivers on pretty much every play. Snap back, getting pressured is Kesnowski. He's rolling to his right, gets rid of it as he gets pressured out of bounds, and it'll be second down. Good pressure that time by the Mustangs up front.
Yeah, it's interesting. If you look at Azle's line, they have a little bit wider splits than most, and that's leaving a little bit of room for these pass rushers to get in on that quarterback quickly.
This is kind of that Texas Tech
Mike
they
have those
Leach.
Wide splits.
Yeah, that Mike Leach spread system that he made so famous. Second down, low snap, but it's corralled. Now a run up the middle, and inside the 20, inside the 15, down near the 10 is Kesnowski, the quarterback.
Major Heck coming up to make the play. We talked about him in Tim's takes tonight. He's one of the leaders in that defensive backfield. He's had to change positions to deep safety, but still coming up and making tackles.
3rd and 4 now at the 12-yard line of the Mustangs. Kesnowski in the shotgun. Looking to his right, and he gets hit as he throws. The pass is caught, but it's going to be out of bounds for maybe a yard at most. Kesnowski got blasted by Major Hecht on a blitz from the backside. Never saw it coming, and the pass was somehow still caught even though it fluttered. But the running back, I believe that time it was Hagen Hughes, number 34, made the catch and was knocked out of bounds after a gain of maybe a half yard.
Yeah, that's one of those clean hits that as a defender, you sit up at night before the game and you dream about it. The quarterback never sees him, never looks his way pre-snap. Major comes in like a freight train and puts a big hit on.
Field goal is up, and the field goal is no good.
Grapevine gets a break, and now the offense has to come out and take advantage.
Braden Forsythe hooks it from 29 yards out, and so the Mustangs, despite the turnover and having the ball start on their own end of the field, are able to keep the Hornets off the board. 8:04 to go here in the first quarter, and the Mustang offense will be back on the field now. The rest of that, we're going to take a quick break before this next snap, and we'll be right back. This is Mustang Friday Night.
Compass Church is for you. Join us each week to experience great music, a message that applies to your everyday life, as well as programming for your kids and students to engage on their level. Learn more at compass.church.
First and 10 for the Mustangs. Power pistol formation. Harrison Hackbarth keeps it, and he's going to get dropped on the play action. He rolled to his right, and Azle's defense right now is really attacking this Grapevine running attack these last few plays. That time, it was number 22, outside linebacker Garen Graves, the junior, who came in and dropped Hackbarth for a loss of 4.
Yeah, early on, it really looks like Azle has done their work in the film room. They seem to know what to expect, and they're doing a good job of pursuing to the football quickly.
The linebackers, number 22, Garen Graves, the junior, and number 21, senior Aiden Sandoval, are your two outside backers. Handoff up the middle this time. A little bit of running room, maybe about 3 yards out to the 19, as that was DeMontrez Dunn, I believe, on the handoff. They're going to mark him down at the 18, so officially a gain of 2. It'll be 3rd and about 12. Your two inside linebackers, number 23, senior Jacob Martin, and number 40, junior Case Moore. Your two safeties, junior Tyler Ulrich and junior Cale Cohen, number 30 and 11, respectively. And your two starting outside corners, number 1, Josh Montalongo, the senior, and Braden Rager, number 33, the senior. Shotgun here, receiver in motion on 3rd down. Now they got a full house backfield. Snap back, option, pitch to the outside. It's a little bit of room, stutter step up the 20, 25. Now he's into the open field. 35, 40, 45, and across midfield before being brought down that time. It was the motion man, number 5, Mason Tatum, who took the pitch and had a great run all the way to the Azle 47.
Excellent run. I mean, he's the guy, the ball goes through his hands on the first drive, and now here he comes out making up for it he made some really nifty moves to get to that corner and then used his speed to get down the sideline. It's nice to see Grapevine get a little momentum now and cross that 50-yard line.
About 35 yards on that run that time by Mason Tatum, and we have an Azle player down on the field being attended to by the trainers way behind the play. Looks like he's now sitting up, so it looks like he may be all right. Trainers attending to him. May just be
maybe the wind got knocked out.
Maybe got something turned. Yep, he's definitely a little limp. And unfortunately, that's number 23 senior Jacob Martin, the starting inside linebacker, who's made a couple of plays already in this first quarter for Azle. So now he'll come off the field. Big play right there for the Mustang offense on 3rd and long, 3rd and nearly 12 yards. They get the huge run from Mason Tatum. That time a good decision by Hackbarth on the option pitch as well.
Very good. I'm sure they talked about that on the sideline. Hey, let's start pitching the ball a little bit more.
High snap, but kept by Hackbarth. He's looking for room on a busted play, and he'll get, there comes the flag. Yeah, I saw the helmet get wrapped up and kind of twisted. I don't know if he grabbed the face mask, but it was almost like they wrapped an arm around his helmet and turned his, and that's still going to be a penalty 9 times out of 10.
He was just going down, and the defender came in with a high tackle, right? That whole play, the timing of that play gets messed up with a little bit of a high snap.
Yeah.
Hackbarth has to jump, and Hackbarth is not a little guy. He's every bit of 6'1". Maybe he jumps up, catches it. You can see the running back says, okay, I'm not going to get the ball. I'm going to run up and make a block. So good to make something out of nothing there, and then you get the penalty to help you out again. So here we are in about the same area we were on the last drive.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if they adjust a few play calls while the sun is still up, because I'm still convinced that interception on that previous possession, I think Tatum was looking right back into the sun and didn't see the ball.
That sun is awful bright coming in off that right side there.
It is setting directly behind the Mustangs right now as they go from our right to left. Hackbarth on the keep on the option, gets a good gain, finds a hole. Going to get about 4 yards down to the 27 this time.
Well, we know he can run. We know he's got some athletic ability.
Yes,
he's got some tree trunks for legs, so he certainly can run the ball.
2nd and 6 now for Grapevine at the Hornet 27-yard line. 5:48 and counting to go here in the first quarter. Mustangs had a good opening possession, but had a pass picked off over the middle. Azle drove down, got inside the Mustang 20, but missed a 29-yard field goal. Pistol formation now on 2nd down. Receiver comes in motion. Now there's two set up for two backs. Snap back, handoff to Dunn. Got some room around the right side. Got a first down inside the 20, making men miss inside the 15. Still on his feet and finally getting gang tackled near the 10-yard line. A great run by DeMontrez Dunn. They're going to mark him down, looks like they're going to mark him right at the 10-yard line. 17 yards and a first down.
Weir and Rudolph made that happen up front, number 51 and number 70. At the point of attack, created a nice little opening for Dunn to get through, and then vision and speed is going to get you the rest of the way.
What we've seen from Dunn this first game plus so far is great agility. He sees the hole and hits it and accelerates into it.
He's very, very patient until that hole opens up.
1st and goal at the 10 now for the Mustangs. Hand off to Dunn, and no room this time as he gets stacked up right at the line of scrimmage by that Azle defensive front. Multiple Hornets in on the tackle that time, including number 21 for Azle. That's Aiden Sandoval, the senior outside linebacker. No gain. It's been a little bit feast or famine in this running game in these first couple of possessions. Either big pop run or they get stuffed. Single back set, 3 wides on 2nd and goal. Handoff right up the middle. Connor Bell lowered the shoulder and just drives his way forward inside the 5 down to the 3-yard line. Nice strong run from Connor Bell before he gets brought down that time. Looked like it was maybe number 29, Connor Merrill, the junior defensive lineman on the tackle.
That's a little bit of a difference in style between Bell and Dunn. Dunn is more Le'Veon Bell. He kind of waits for that and squirts through a hole, where Connor gets the ball, and it's freight train straight ahead. Look out.
3rd and goal from the 3 now for the Mustangs. Split back out of the shotgun. Snap back, handoff up the middle to Dunn, driving the legs forward, the pile pushing, but it's going to get stood up short. That time the Azle Hornet defense got pushed back a couple of yards, but stood it up and pushed the pile back at about the 1-yard line. Now it sets up a decision on 4th and goal.
not much of a decision. Here comes the big leg of Hayden Rhodes. He hit a couple field goals last week, and here he comes with one of his shorter attempts on the season.
Yeah, Bob DeBest not wasting any time. Didn't even really think about it. He wants to get some points on the board here. 3:05 and counting in the first quarter. We are scoreless as Hayden Rhodes will line it up for a 19-yard, basically an extra point here on this kick. Snap is good. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So the Mustangs get on the board first as they get a nice little chippy field goal from Hayden Rhodes, and with 2:53 to go here in the first quarter, Grapevine now takes a 3-0 lead. We'll be back here on Mustang Friday night.
You've worked hard this year, and to celebrate Labor Day, we're giving you the biggest savings of the season. Shop Stacy's Labor Day sales event where the more you buy, the more you save. For a limited time, save $300, $500, $1,000 or more on quality name brand furniture for every room in your home. Get the sleep you need for the life you lead with the perfect new mattress and adjustable base. They're all on sale during Stacy's Labor Day sale. Shop today in Grapevine, Allen, or the outlet in Flower Mound. And remember, if you're shopping at Stacy's, you're shopping with family and you're not burning money.
Back here at Hornets Stadium on the campus of Azle High School, about 30 minutes northwest of Fort Worth. Tim Smith along with Jacob. I'm Jacob Dedamore along with Tim Smith.
There you go.
Got us switched around. The Mustangs get on the board first as they get a 19-yard field goal from Hayden Rhodes. This first quarter brought to you by our friends at Stacy Furniture and Design. And Rhodes is now going to line up to kick things off. That was a nice drive after the missed field goal by the Mustangs. Went 79 yards, came up just short of the end zone, but still a good solid drive. Kick is high, a little bit short, but and returnable. Peeled it at the 4. Up the middle, out to the 20, and then runs into a wall at about the 22-yard line as the return man that time was number 0, Hunter Uten, the junior defensive back. And the Hornets will start at their own 22, and we have a flag.
Be a hold, it looks like. So you had 30 yards in penalties for the Grapevine offense on the previous drive with 2 face masks. Now we come out and get a hold. So Azle really, that's 4 flags on them to start off the game. We're not even out of the first quarter yet.
So that'll back this up to the 12-yard line, so Azle will be deep in their own end.
So last time they had a little bit of a shorter field. Now they're going to try to take this tempo offense about 88 yards. That's a long way to go in this type of heat. Let's see if they can sustain it.
1st and 10. As they set up now in that spread. They'll be 4 wides pretty much all night. This time they're going trips to the far side. Snap back, handoff up the middle, and nothing doing. Dropped right about the line of scrimmage. Devin Thomas got around the waist that time of the running back Hagan Hughes and brought him down. Looks like he may have even lost a yard.
Really leave yourself vulnerable with the splits being as wide as they are, especially with guys like Devin Thomas.
Quick snap on 2nd down, and that pass is intercepted and into the end zone for the touchdown. I believe, was that Ryan Hamilton, number 8? I believe that was. Ryan Hamilton stepped right in front of it, read the quick screen, the little bubble screen off the tempo snap, almost picked one off earlier in the game, picks that one off, and takes it into the end zone for a defensive score.
We'll talk about being in the other team's huddle and being prepared and knowing what's coming. You're right that we almost picked off the screen down here on the Azle sideline, and now this time on the slow developing screen, picked off, ran in for the touchdown, and Grapevine gets a shot in the arm here in just a couple of plays.
That was about 8 yards on the return because it was behind the line of scrimmage. The kick is up, and the extra point from Hayden Rhodes is good. So just like that, the Mustangs are now up 2 scores after the pick-6 touchdown from Ryan Hamilton. 2:24 to go in the first quarter. It's 10-0 Grapevine. This is Mustang Friday night. Are we in commercial? Okay.
It's only one once a year. Shop our best Labor Day savings at Classic Chevrolet. New Silverados, 400 on the ground and ready for delivery. Not 7, not 8, 10 grand off MSRP. Did you hear that? Through Labor Day only, 10 grand off new Silverados. The #1 Chevy dealer in the nation. 63 acres of holiday savings. Get 10 grand off new Silverados before they're sold. This is Texas. This is classic.
Back here at Hornet Stadium in Azle, Texas, the Mustangs have now jumped out to a 10-0 lead thanks to the defense stepping up and making a play as Ryan Hamilton picked off an attempted bubble screen and returned it 8 yards for the score. And now Hayden Rhodes will boot one high and deep towards the sideline, and that will float out of bounds. And that means that the Azle will start this next possession at their own 30. Let's give you the starting defense for these Mustangs. We hadn't had a chance, because of the tempo, hadn't had a chance to get the starters going. Up front, it is Bradley Stanier at one defensive end, sophomore Tatum Evans, number 11 at the other. Your senior defensive tackle, Devin Thomas, number 99, and number 95, junior Ty Hohenberger at the other tackle. Your 3 linebackers, number 6 at Major Hecht at the Sam. In the middle is number 19, Leighton Towery, both seniors. And then sophomore Luke Gormley at the weak side, number 34. Your 2 starting corners, the aforementioned senior, number 8, Ryan Hamilton. Senior Darian Burns, number 3 on the other side. Your 2 safeties, number 1, Bryson Davis at the free safety, and your strong safety is number 9, Brady Boozer.
Important to note, Azle's made a quarterback change. They've gone to number 12, Austin May, the senior quarterback, 6'3", 205 pounds.
Snap back on first down, handoff, and dropped in the backfield for a loss that time on the little zone read handoff. Bradley Stanier gets into the backfield and makes a tackle for a loss on 34, Hagan Hughes. You know, I thought we might see both quarterbacks on our 2 deep this week. Head coach Devin Doris listed Kanan Kisnowski, junior number 8, as an or along with number 12, senior Austin May. It could be one or the other. And a bad snap that time, and now we're going to have a flag at the end of the play on top of it, as a bad snap had the quarterback, Austin May, just falling on it down in the backfield, but unfortunately one of the Mustangs dove on top of him after he went to the ground, being a little overly aggressive, and it's going to be a personal foul and a first down.
That's the 3rd personal foul that we've seen here tonight so far between the 2 teams.
Yeah, that's just one.
Settle down a little bit, fellas. Settle down.
That particular one is one you just have to have your head in the game
have your
on
head
it.
in the game.
The quarterback's on the ground. He's down, so you don't need to jump on top of him. 1st and 10 now at the 36 after the penalty. May with the shotgun, play action, drops a screen off, but the pass is low and incomplete. They were trying to set up a little side screen to the running back that time, Hughes, and May just short-armed it a little bit.
Yeah, not great. I mean, now he's been sitting around for a little bit, so now he's coming in the game with very little warm-up. He hasn't warmed up in about 40 minutes, right, since he last threw a football.
Right.
So he's going to have to certainly get himself in some sort of a groove here quickly.
I will say last week it was Kesnowski who was the primary player at quarterback and had most of the numbers.
Well, it's important to note Kesnowski is holding his right hand, too.
Snap back, play action, draw, and then just swallowed up in the backfield is Austin May as a gaggle of Mustangs get to him in the backfield on that play, including for the Mustangs, number 9, Brady Boozer, and number 11, Tatum Evans. Is the backfield. He faked the draw, looked like he was going to look upfield, but as soon as he pulled that ball back out, 3 Mustangs were in his face.
Yeah, the Mustangs did a fantastic job getting in there quick.
3rd and 12 now for the Hornets. Snap back. May gets blasted right in the back as for the 2nd time tonight, Major Hecht coming on a blitz off the edge, hits the quarterback in the back when he didn't see it coming, and Austin May gets dropped all the way back at the 26-yard line, a loss of 8 yards.
At 6 feet, 175 pounds, Major Hecht just hit the 6'3" quarterback, he's over 200 pounds, and literally folded him in half backwards like a lawn chair. Major Hecht, that's 2, guy. Woo!
Yep.
We're gonna have to spotlight him more often in pregame.
Major coming from that hybrid safety linebacker position. That's twice he's come off the edge untouched, and the quarterback never saw him coming.
I mean, you got to look, quarterback. You got to look for your outside edge blitzers.
The punt is away, and it's fair caught at the 39-yard line by Bryson Davis as the punter, Aiden Sandoval, number 28, gets one away.
You know,
ends up being a 32-yard punt.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, Jacob,
No.
but the number one job of the quarterback is to protect himself and to know where the pressure is going to come from, at least have some sort of an idea. And that's 2 times now we saw Azle quarterback step up, get the snap, look to the right, never look left, and pay for it.
Yeah.
Dearly.
Both quarterbacks have been blasted tonight now by Major Hecht. So the Mustangs now, 15 seconds left here in the first quarter. This should be the last play. 1st and 10 at their own 39 for the Mustangs. They're up 10-0 here. Snap back. It's going to be an option pitch to the far side. Room to run around the edge up to about the 45-yard line as Mason Tatum takes the pitch.
Great pitch.
Gets taken down out of bounds at the 45 with 8 seconds left after a gain of 6 yards.
Great pitch right at the last second, too. Really brings the defender in and gets that ball out to Bell so he can get around the corner and get some real good positive yards.
Mason Tatum with a couple of nice runs playing that Rondale Carradine position while he's still on the bend. 2nd and 4 now at the 45 for the Mustangs. Dunn in the backfield. Snap back, it's a handoff to Dunn, makes a move, gets them into the open field, across midfield, inside the 45, and brought down just short of the 40-yard line. Another great run from DeMontrez Dunn of 14 yards as we come to the end of the first quarter.
Swift feet on Dunn, man. We see it week in, week out. We saw it last year. We're seeing it this year. He gets just a little crease, and he's able to get through. And watch his feet work. They're so quick and agile as he gets through those holes.
That's going to do it for us here in the first quarter from Azle High School at Hornet Stadium. The Mustangs lead the Azle Hornets by a score of 10-0. We'll be back with quarter number 2. This is Mustang Friday Night.
Hi, I'm Russ Teeger.
And I'm Laura Teeger. We're the proud owners
Only
of
once a year. Shop our best Labor Day savings at Classic Chevrolet, New Silverado.
Hi, I'm Russ Teeger.
And I'm Laura Teeger. We're the proud owners of AC Pros, family-owned and operated business going on 26 years. And here's a little bit of what we do.
Hi, I'm Jim Bradley. I'm a comfort specialist here at AC Pros. We are a full-service residential and light commercial HVAC company. We do sales and service for residential HVAC. We also do windows, attic efficiencies, radiant barrier installation, solar fans to make your system last longer. Today we're out here in Keller servicing one of our customers' outside units. This is Joel, our lead tech, taking care of the maintenance today. At AC Pros, we're small enough to care, but big enough to take care of business.
Go Mustangs!
Back for the start of the second quarter, Jacob Dedamore and Tim Smith snap back on first down, handoff to Connor Bell. Gets kind of horse-collared from behind and spun around as he gets inside the 40. Going to be a gain of about 2 yards. They're going to mark him at the 39. I didn't get the number on who made that tackle, but somebody got a hold of Connor Bell and just spun him to the ground.
That was big number 64, Devin Wingfield.
Junior nose tackle.
Devin is large.
Got the big paw on Connor. Connor's not that easy to bring down, and the 275-pound nose tackle did it that time. 2nd and 8 now at the 39 of Azle for the Mustangs. Hackbarth goes on the option pitch, gets it out to Dunn on the outside, breaks a tackle inside the 35 near the first down. Great strong run by DeMontrez Dunn once again as he broke a tackle just inside the 40, and looks like he's maybe just a half yard or a yard short of the first down. But let's see, are they moving the chains or no? They're not.
No.
He's a yard short, so a gain of 7 yards for Dunn, setting up a 3rd and 1.
Good effort, runs over the first man and is able to get an extra 4 or 5 yards after first contact.
This second quarter brought to you by our friends at Compass Church. 3rd and 1 now for the Mustangs. Hatton moving in motion. Snap back, handoff to Bell. Plenty of room into the second level before finally running through a tackler and getting brought down. As that time, number 30, Tyler Ulrich, paid the price for making that tackle at the 25-yard line.
And more times than not, we saw it all week last week, was when Connor Bell is running the football, whoever is going to tackle him is going to pay a price, right?
Very much
Connor
so.
finishes those runs like Walter Payton used to do back with the old 80s Bears.
1st and 10 at the 25, gain of 7 for Bell. Dunn in the backfield in a 3-wide set. Snap back, handoff to Dunn. He's got room up the middle, inside the 20, inside the 15, still on his feet, and finally brought down at about the 8-yard line. Boy, there was a hole opened up that time, and Dunn shot right through it.
No patience there. When he sees it, he puts his foot in the ground, and he is through it. And he shot through that hole like a torpedo.
For the moment, number 11, the junior safety, Cale Cohen for Azle, saved a touchdown because he was the last man between Dunn and the end zone. First and goal at the 8 for the Mustangs, already leading 10-0. Bell and Dunn in the backfield. Snap back. Hand off to Bell. He's got room inside the 5 and gets upended right before the end zone.
I thought he was about to walk in.
I did too. Somebody got to the legs and turned him head over heels and brought him down at just inside the 3. And now the Mustangs going tempo on 2nd and goal from the 2. Hand off to Bell again, and this time he gets hit in the backfield. Great penetration that time by the Azle defense up front. As coming in that time to shooting the gap and getting into the hole was number 21, the senior outside linebacker, Aiden Sandoval.
Yeah, Azle just sold out. They just completely sold out that Bell was going to get the ball up the middle, which he did. Now, last week we saw a little bit of a pre-snap option play for Hackbarth pass throw. He chose to pass. We saw the pick 6, 94 yards. I doubt we see that play again.
3rd and goal just outside the 3-yard line for the Mustangs after the loss on 2nd down. Snap back, handoff to Dunn, makes a man miss, trying to get towards the end zone, but he's going to get gang tackled at about the 3-yard line. Going to be no gain.
I really thought he had the corner, didn't you,
I did
Jacob?
too, but he just had too many bodies to try and get around to get into that end zone. As that time, again, that Azle, the 3-4 defensive front did a good job reading the play. I think looked like Tyler Ulrich may have come up from his safety position to help out, and Dunn just couldn't make that many guys miss on the 2nd level.
Yeah, just too many. They're doing a good job holding base with the 3-man front and then moving those other 4 or 5 guys in the backfield to kind of string things along.
Hayden Rhodes on for the 20-yard field goal. He boots it up and boots it through, so the Mustangs get another 3 points on the board with 8:27 to go here in the 2nd quarter. The Mustangs now have a 13-0 lead. This is Mustang Friday Night.
Compass Church is for you. Join us each week to experience great music, a message that applies to your everyday life, as well as programming for your kids and students to engage on their level. Learn more at compass.church.
You've worked hard this year, and to celebrate Labor Day, we're giving you the biggest savings of the season. Shop Stacy's Labor Day sales event, where the more you buy, the more you save. For a limited time, save $300, $500, $1,000 or more on quality name brand furniture for every room in your home. Get the sleep you need for the life you lead with the perfect new mattress and adjustable base. They're all on sale during Stacy's Labor Day sale. Shop today in Grapevine, Allen, or the outlet in Flower Mound. And remember, if you're shopping at Stacy's, you're shopping with family and you're not burning money.
Back here at Azle High School, Hornets Stadium, just about ready to kick off as Rhodes boots it high and deep. This one's going to get into the end zone about 5-6 yards deep, and it'll be a touchback. Nice deep kickoff that time from Hayden Rhodes as the Hornets will start at their own 25.
We know he's got a huge Terminator-type leg. Now, I was watching him kick down there in pregame, and he hit the ball. You can hear the contact, put the ball. Oof. And he's not that big. Extremely strong leg.
Mustangs get another 3 points on the board as for the second time tonight. They put together a really solid drive with a lot of big gains in the run game, but for the second time tonight, the Azle defense inside the 10-yard line is able to stand up and keep the Mustangs out of the end zone.
Well, the Mustangs have not proven that they're willing or able to throw inside that red zone yet. We know they can. We watch them work on it each and every week at practice, but when you do that, you don't show a propensity to throw. The defense is going to go ahead and bring everybody up towards the line of scrimmage and shoot the gaps, and that's what they've done so far here tonight in their red zone. And maybe that's something that we'll look to see expand throughout the game later on in the night from the Mustangs offense, is maybe a little bit of a different look next time they're in the red zone.
So we've got a little bit of a pause. This may be a maybe a hydration break of some kind that they're taking right now, because both teams are still just kind of huddled up on their own sideline.
But the refs aren't drinking. Last week, the refs drank in a hydration break.
It was a good 10 degrees hotter last week than it is this week.
True.
That's the only thing I can think of is maybe they were taking like a little set hydration break.
There's a nice cool breeze down there, too.
Both teams come now back onto the field. We get ready to start this next possession. The Mustangs up 13-0. 2 field goals from Hayden Rhodes and a pick 6 from Ryan Hamilton. 1st and 10, a low snap as Kesnowski's back in the game at quarterback, and he kept it on the zone read and got wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. As I'm trying to see who that was. I think that time that might have been Vili Motamanu who got in there and wrapped up Kesnowski, who's back on the field for this possession at quarterback.
Yeah, they were working on him on the sideline, making him do some up downs to see if that wrist, you look at that right wrist, it's all taped up.
Snap back on 2nd down. Pass over the middle is high and incomplete. That one just sailed. He was trying to hit number 2, Peyton Bland, the senior, on a quick slant, and that pass was way over the head and just fell harmlessly to the turf.
Again, he's got his throwing hand taped up. I think every time he throws the ball, he's kind of messing with that wrist a little bit. They had him over here. They had taken his helmet away from him. Then they have him doing some tests and things here. His first throw, certainly high, and that's a wrist. That's not coming through, following through, keeping your elbow down.
3rd and 11 now. Snap back. It's just a draw up the middle to Hughes. Breaks a tackle and gets a few yards, but gets wrapped up short of the 1st down after a gain of about 6. Coming in on the tackle that time for the Mustangs was number 34, Luke Gormley, the sophomore linebacker. Tried to see if they could pop one there. Got a few yards. They're actually going to give him credit for 7 out to the 31, but still well short of the 1st.
Yeah, Azle really hasn't found their groove. They had the short field drive to start the game thanks to the interception. They try a field goal. They don't get it. They had the pick on the screen. They're really trying to find their way, not having a lot of success with anything right now.
You know, another reason Kesnowski may be back in the game is I don't see Austin May on the sitting up there. He is. He may, because he took a huge shot in the back.
He sure did.
Now, as they were about to punt, timeout from Coach Doris, as I think the play clock was about to hit zeros. They took too long to get set up on the punt, and so they use a timeout here to kind of reset things. First time out of the half used by either team.
Austin looks like a rock star. I look at Austin down there on the sidelines. He's got the big Bon Jovi blonde hair with the headband. I mean, he looks like he's ready to rock out.
Yeah, definitely he does. He's got some flowing locks there underneath that helmet.
He does.
You know, one of the interesting things you were talking about with Kesnowski, they were checking that wrist. They look like 2 very different style of quarterbacks. May is like 6'3", 205, big kid, looks more like a pocket passer style, more your typical pro style passer. Kesnowski's maybe is the bit more shifty of the two, but he's also a lot smaller. He's listed at 5'10", 160 pounds.
Also
he
a
is
junior.
the much smaller, and he's a junior. Yeah, the much smaller of the two.
Yeah, and it's interesting. They didn't change the offense whenever Austin went in the game. The splits were still wide. They were still trying to do, but it really looked a little bit clunky when he went in the game. So
you wonder if maybe Kesnowski they could do a little bit more true zone read action with Kesnowski.
Perhaps.
He looks to be a little shiftier, maybe a little bit more mobile than May.
More nimble. Yeah, Austin's a big kid.
Back now after the timeout.
And he's sitting right by the fan with the hair blowing around.
Sandoval barely gets that punt away, and coming up, and the punt is muffed, but it's recovered. Woo! Bullet dodged right there as Bryson Davis had to run up on that short punt. It looked like he got underneath it at the last second, but it just went right through his arms and to the turf, but he was able to dive on it to save the possession.
We saw the same thing from him a week ago.
In a kickoff.
Yeah, so you really got to hone that in now. I mean, ball security is so important, and one thing that Grapevine is always known for is their great special teams on all sides: kicking, kick return, punt return, field goal, extra point.
That's a difficult punt to field. It was a wobbler, like spinning kind of sideways, and it was short as well. But he's able to recover it and fall on it at the 41-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs, already up 13-0 here in the second quarter. Full house look now out of the diamond formation in the shotgun. Snap back, handoff to Bell up the middle. Ball's on the ground as it's knocked out. We'll see who does it. Azle's jumping, and they do come out of it.
Yeah, he was just trying to squeak through the hole there, and so I couldn't see who, but somebody came through and ripped the ball right out of his forearm.
Yeah, I didn't see who punched it out, but number 40, Case Moore,
And Azle goes and they ring their turnover bell. They had the turnover bell here at about the 30-yard line. The whole team, the whole defensive unit runs over. Ding, ding, ding. We've seen it twice now. I've seen it enough.
Yep, after a gain of 2 yards, Connor Bell has the ball punched out as he was trying to squeeze through, and it was number 40, Case Moore, the junior linebacker, who came out of the pile with it. Second turnover of the night for the Mustangs, and the Hornets start at the Mustang 43. Kesnowski in at quarterback. He hands off to Hughes, finds room up the middle, gets inside the 35 and down to about the 31. A good run of 12 yards to move the chains. That little zone read action, little delay on it, allowed time for a hole to open up. Hughes went through it. Here comes the tempo. Snap back. Kesnowski rolling to his left, avoiding. Now he's going to fire one deep towards the end zone. Looking up, and that pass is intercepted. That pass was just way underthrown. He had 2 men open deep behind the defense, but that pass just didn't have a lot on it. And coming up was Bryson Davis, number 1, the safety, just tracked the ball the entire way and picked it off in the end zone in front of the receiver. We had a penalty on the play. It was against Azle, so it's going to be declined, and the Mustangs match turnover for turnover.
Yeah, Hunter Uten, number 0, is who they were going for. The ball, you're right, hung out too far. Hunter did the cardinal mistake for receivers. He stood there, was waiting for the ball to come to him. He did not try to high point that football, so great job by Grapevine to come over, get the interception. You said it was number 1, Bryson Davis. Hey, great job. You fall on your muff punt, then you come out and you get the big interception right there. Now Grapevine has an opportunity to get some more points before half.
Yeah, and you can see Bryson Davis tracking that ball the whole way and just went up in the
he
air
high
and took
pointed
it away.
He high pointed it.
1st and 10 at the 20 for the Mustangs after they get the turnover right back. Hand off to Dunn up the middle. He's got room out to the 24, 25 maybe before getting stood up. Pushes the pile forward as he kept the legs moving and actually ends up getting out to the 26.
He's a hard kid to bring down, isn't he? I mean, it's taken 3 or 4 guys to take him down each and every time.
2nd and 4 now for the Mustangs. 6:15 to go here in the first half. The offense has been able to move the ball so far tonight, but they've had a couple of turnovers, and they've been getting stood up. They've gotten stuffed inside the 5 a couple of times.
2 turnovers and 2 field goals in the red zone.
Pass from Hackbarth out to the far side. Pass is caught near the first down, maybe just short, as I believe that was Hatton, the tight end, number 29, who made the grab. They're going to give him forward progress right to the 30 to move the chains.
It's a nice throw, and you can see on the tackle the Azle defender trying to rip that ball out. So you can tell that they're coached to do that. It's a good job to ball security after you catch it, because it was a catch and hit immediately.
Hatton moves the chains on the pass from Hackbarth, so now it's 1st and 10 at the 30 with Bell and Dunn in the backfield along with Hackbarth. Snap back, handoff to Bell. Trying to find room, nothing doing up the middle that time. Is just a really solid job by Jacob Martin, the inside linebacker. Just attacked that run play and looked like he stood up the right guard, Bergen Weir, right at the line of scrimmage. And Bell just had nowhere to go and only got a yard.
And Cyrus, number 54, was in there as well, defensively, causing a little bit of problems there at the feet of Bell.
Carson Cyrus, the junior, backup nose guard. 2nd and 9. Receiver in motion, snap back, play action. Hackbarth fires one out and just out of the reach of Hatton. Was trying to lead Hatton on the out route out of the tight end spot. It was just a touch too far. Hatton made a nice effort trying to dive for it, but couldn't come up with it.
Yeah, he had him too. He just threw it just ever so far out of his reach, because he certainly had him open for the first down.
That's going to set up a 3rd and long situation. 3rd and 9 for the Mustangs at their own 31-yard line. 4:38 to go here in the first half.
They just haven't been able to get any sort of consistent passing game for the last couple of weeks since the season has started. So 3rd and 9, a little bit tough.
Snap back for Hackbarth, looking down. He fires one deep, and it's through the hands of his wide receiver. That would have been a first down. Number 7, Colby Eckert, was right there, and it just went right through his hands. And fell to the turf. So a good throw, a good read by Hackbarth, but his receiver didn't help him out. Now the Mustangs have to punt.
Yeah, we got to catch the ball. That's the one thing that the coach is going to stop calling pass plays if we're not going to catch the football. So we got to catch the football.
I think one of the reasons you talk about the lack of passing attack these first 2 games, one of the reasons has to be the fact that two of their better weapons in the passing game right now are still on the mend. They hope to have them back by the start of district play, but they are out right now, and that's number 21, Rondell Carradine, and number 22, Brady Wagner, the starting tight end.
Yeah, and that's going to be a big shot, big shot in the arm when they do get back, hopefully next week or the week after.
And now the Mustangs call a timeout, as they were also kind of like the Hornets a little bit ago, got delay getting the punt team on the field, and so Coach DeBest calls the timeout to save some yardage there. And
a little bit of a sloppy game so far.
A little bit by both teams. We've seen turnovers by both teams. For the Mustangs, their two turnovers were, one of them I think was caused by sun in the eyes of a receiver. But the Mustangs have done a good job answering back, and the Mustangs turnovers in their case, at least one of them put up points on the board.
Coach DeBest certainly wasn't very pleased on Wednesday with the effort of practice, which was their lighter practice of the week. He was not happy after we talked to him coming off the field. So we're kind of maybe seeing that kind of rub off. We're not seeing them be as precise as usual. But again, it's only the second game. We know there was a lot of turnover for the Mustangs this year.
Hayden Rhodes back to punt this away. Rolling to his right, and boots one. Nice high, deep punt. That's going to be caught going backwards at about the 21-yard line, and a nice tackle on the punt that time. Is coming up to make the stop was number 37, Maddox Stanley, as number 1, Josh Montelengo had to really drift way back to catch that punt over his shoulder, and he's tackled down at the 22-yard line, which is where the Azle Hornets will take over this next possession.
Yeah, that's how you do it on special teams. You get down there, you book it down there, and then you break down and you make a good tackle. Keep your feet shoulder width apart. Don't let them juke you out of your shoes. Nice job.
47 yards on the punt that time for Hayden Rhodes. Nice boot for sure. Hornets take over, throwing 22-yard line here, as they go with a bunch trips formation on the near side of the field, way away from the line. Snap back. It's going to be a keep up the middle by May, who's back into quarterback, and he is big and strong and breaking tackles. Ran through about 3 or 4 Mustangs before finally getting brought down at the 35-yard line, and they're going to give him the 36. A gain of 14 for big number 12, Austin May.
Call that an angry run.
Tempo now. Hand off to Hughes, going over the right side. Finds a little bit of room out to about the 40 for a gain of 4. Setting up second down. And this is the thing about this Texas Tech Mike Leach style of offense, is if you can keep them behind the chains, they don't get into their tempo. But as soon as they start getting ahead of the chains, they can really ratchet it up on you. Second down, May rolls to his left. Looking to throw. Pass is near sideline, but it's going to be low and incomplete. Just couldn't get a lot on that, throwing against his body, and it came up short as he was trying to hit number 7, Garrett Bailey.
It's tough for a right-hander to roll left and throw left, and he rolled. He didn't get his shoulders quite turned around, and you're going to have to do that. You got to get those hips turned around so those shoulders can get square to make an accurate throw when you're booting to the left as a righty.
3rd and 6 now for the Hornets at their own 40, 3:37 to go here in the half. Mustangs looking for a stop. Snap back. It's going to be a draw by May, and he runs through a tackler and then comes up with the first down. Wow, what a run by Austin May, as he just lowered his shoulder and ran right through the body of number 31, Cooper Towery, the sophomore linebacker.
He took Cooper for a little bit of a ride.
Gets just enough for the first down. Snap back to May, rolling to his right this time. Throws one to the nearest to the far side. Catch is made into Grapevine territory. Coming up with the catch that time, looks like it was number 6, Christian Mendoza, the sophomore. He was the little dump-off guy, just kind of standing there by himself in front of the Grapevine bench. Ends up getting 8 yards.
And that time, Leighton Towery, so the Towery brothers out here making tackles.
This time, delayed handoff up the middle to Hughes. He's got room. Little backside draw. He's breaking tackles. Hughes inside the 35 and finally getting wrapped up by the Grapevine defense. They're going to blow the whistle with his forward progress, getting down to about the 33, a gain of 12. That was a nicely designed play It was a backside, like a counter draw.
Yeah, he boots. He looks like he's coming left. The guy comes back underneath of him where he gets the ball. Major's there, but he just slides right through Major because of the slick handoff underneath on the boot.
Now the
fancy looking play.
Hornets moving the ball. Under 2.5 minutes to go in the half. 1st and 10 at the Grapevine 33. Snap back, pitch this time, and nice job by the Mustangs to attack that. Major Hecht that time was right there to make the tackle as he wraps up number 42, Tristan Keaton.
Yeah, Major gets his hands on you. You're not getting loose too often. He's one of the best tacklers in space on this Grapevine defense. We've seen it now for a few years, so good job on that. No fooling the defense that time.
No gain on 1st down that time. 2nd and 10 for the Hornets. Traditional 4-wide set. May with the shotgun snap. Now he's getting pressured and coming in to make the sack. There's Major Hecht again. This time it was right in the face of Austin May, and he tried to get away as Hecht beat the block, and he still made the tackle all the way back at the 45.
You know, Hecht is out here living his best life right now. Talked to him the other day. Really excited to play his senior year. Asked him what he likes to do off the field. He said, I like to be in the books. I like my studies. And that goes to show you his just tenacity in the film room. I'm told by the coaches that he watches more film than anybody else on the defense.
A loss of 12 on that play. 3rd and a mile now. May dumps it off in the flat. Pass is caught, and now we're going to get a face mask as the penalties come in, and that's going to be a 1st down. It was just a little dump-off route to the running back, 42, Tristan Keaton, and they were going to corral him and keep him well short of the 1st down, but the first defender in, it might have been Bryson Davis, grabbed
Towery.
It was Towery.
It was Towery, number 31.
The younger of the 2 Towery brothers got a hold of the side of the little face mask opening and pulled it.
There, yeah.
Yep. And that's going to give the Hornets new life.
What was interesting was after the face mask, the runner was able to keep going.
Yeah. He grabbed it and let it go, but that's enough to get the penalty.
And now they're down here inside the 20, inside the 15. You're right. They've got something going.
That penalty moves it all the way down to the Grapevine 14-yard line with 1:06 to go here in the 1st half. Snap back to May, rolling to his right. Pressure coming. He gets the ball away and just throws it away. Looked like he had a man on the near sideline, Peyton Bland, but I think that pressure made him just get rid of it. As I think, was that the younger of the Towery brothers coming in again that time?
That was 37, Maddox Stanley, the
Stanley,
senior DB who came in and really left Austin no choice there.
37, not 31.
And now Austin has come out of the game.
Yep, May comes out after taking that. He
that
may
big
be feeling
hit,
it.
he is not feeling good.
That's 2 of the last 3 plays he's gotten hit really hard on. He's coming out, and Kaznowski checks back in on 2nd and 10. Snap back. Kaznowski looks to throw, and that pass is knocked away. Leighton Towery, and now we have a flag come in.
See, that bothers me because that was not a good decision. That was into triple coverage. The ball was high and uncatchable. I can't imagine what the call was.
Well, the pass was also deflected, so the referees are getting together now because Leighton Towery got a hand up and knocked that pass away. So unless they're going to call defensive holding, there should be no penalty here.
Shouldn't be a flag.
So let's see what the call ends up being.
Oh, they're going to call pass interference, it looks like.
It's a tip ball. They're going to wave it off, so no flag.
Oh, good. I saw the one ref doing that, but then this guy, okay.
The back judge was going to throw a flag for PI on that play, but Towery got his paw up in the air. And you're right. I mean, that was not a good decision to throw it because there was too much traffic. But Towery waves the penalty off the board with the deflection. That sets up a 3rd and 10.
Well, these 2 quarterbacks are going to have to go to the ice bath tomorrow morning together because they are taking a beating.
Kaznowski in the shotgun on 3rd and 10. He's got a quarterback draw. Running up the middle, finds room. Going to be a little short of the 1st down, but got a nice gain down to about the 6.
Major Hecht saved the touchdown possibly.
It's going to be 4th and about 2 yards here after the gain. We'll see what Azle tries to do. They're going to call timeout with 41 seconds to go here in the 1st half. It's going to be 4th and 2 from about the 6-yard line of Grapevine. After that was just a straight quarterback sprint draw.
You're down 13-0. You missed a chip shot field goal earlier in the game. You've been moving the ball consistently. I'm going to go ahead and go for this.
I think Coach Doris probably chooses to go for this here. I think he called the timeout because you are running down
play.
late, and you want to make sure you have the right play.
You got to make sure you have the right play. You can't take those timeouts with you into the locker room. So go ahead, burn one out, get the right play. Make sure your kids know how to execute for 2 yards.
Yeah, and
And it gives Grapevine a chance to get the right play on defense.
And the thing about 4th and 2, this Azle run game has had some success here in the first half. This is one of those situations they could go either way. They could go with a little zone read RPO action on here. We've seen them have success on some of these delayed draws. It's about Grapevine trying to fill those holes, making sure they contain in the pocket. Back onto the field now, both teams. 4th and 2, and Azle coming out in a power formation here.
This is the Eagles offense.
Snap back. It's a direct snap to the running back, and he's going to get stuck. Is he short? It's close. It's very close. Bryson Davis came up to make the hit on number 30. Tyler Ulrich, the senior defensive back who had come into the game in a full house backfield setup, and they snapped it directly to him.
Yes, and that's going to be a first down. Here comes the
Mustangs
offense.
Stop him. They mark him just short of the first down. I was wondering if they were going to measure it, and I think that's what Coach Doris is wondering. Why is there not a measurement happening? But they're saying he was well short. He got hit at the 5-yard line by Bryson Davis and driven backwards, and the Mustang defense comes up with another stop.
So here's something you don't see every day. The Mustang offense is on the field, and there's no defense from Azle. I mean, I would have came out and gone right into the play.
Well, the refs aren't going to let him do that.
The refs aren't going to let him.
That'd be very sneaky, but I think the referees would stop.
I'll tell you what, you go from a straight spread, big wide splits to all of a sudden everybody's in tight. We're running the Philadelphia Eagles red zone offense.
And the Mustangs are just going to take a knee and take this to the half, deep in their own end at the 5. No reason to take a chance. Azle could call one timeout if they want to, but they wouldn't be able to keep the Mustangs from running the clock out here. But I tell you what, that's a great adjustment on the fly by the Mustang defense, because you're right, Azle suddenly comes out in a power full house backfield formation, with 3 backs, and it wasn't even they didn't even snap to the quarterback. It was a direct snap to a running back with a lead play with 2 blockers, and they're able to stand it up. Great play by Bryson Davis to read it and fill the hole.
Well, Grapevine's defense did what I call burn the church. Everybody came, and then when that happens, somebody's going to make a play, right? And that's what they did. Bryson Davis with another big play on defense.
Well, that's going to do it for us here in the first half. The first half, really, it's been about the Mustang defense. The Mustang defense forcing 2 turnovers, one of them for a pick 6, and then coming up here with a 4th down stop at their own 5-yard line, and they go to the half, leading the Azle Hornets by a score of 13-0. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll show you all of the halftime presentation out on the field. It is Grapevine 13 and Azle nothing. You are watching Mustang Friday Night.
You worked hard this year, and to celebrate Labor Day, we're giving you the biggest savings of the season. Shop Stacy's Labor Day sales event, where the more you buy, the more you save. For a limited time, save $300, $500, $1,000 or more on quality name brand furniture for every room in your home. Get the sleep you need for the life you lead with the perfect new mattress and adjustable base. They're all on sale during Stacy's Labor Day sale. Shop today in Grapevine, Allen, or the Outlet in Flower Mound. And remember, if you're shopping at Stacy's, you're shopping with family and you're not burning money.
It's only once a year. Shop our best Labor Day savings at Classic Chevrolet. New Silverados, $400 on the ground and ready for delivery. Not 7, not 8, 10 grand off MSRP. Did you hear that?
Welcome back to Hornet Field, the campus of Azle High School. Mustangs leading the Hornets by a score of 13-0. And right now, our halftime show brought to you by our friends from Chill. Eat, drink, and dance at Chill. And the halftime presentation, the Mustang Band and the Phillies are on the field, so we're going to take you down to the field for the halftime festivities.
Please welcome to the field the Grapevine Phillies. This week's Spirit Girl is Harry Whitney. Rookie of the week is non-Chimba. And our Philly honor girl is Sarah Randolph. The Phillies will be performing at Field Prom 2 Rescue Me. And John Adams. Grapevine High School is proud to present drum majors Azle Leverage, Landon from Kickoff, Nate Pryor, and the Grapevine Mustangs Band.
You worked hard this year, and to celebrate Labor Day, we're giving you the biggest savings of the season. Shop Stacy's Labor Day sales event where the more you buy, the more you save. For a limited time, save $300, $500, $1,000 or more on quality name brand furniture for every room in your home. Get the sleep you need for the life you lead with the perfect new mattress and adjustable base. They're all on sale during Stacy's Labor Day sale. Shop today in Grapevine, Allen, or the Outlet in Flower Mound. And remember, if you're shopping at Stacy's, you're shopping with family and you're not burning money.
Please enjoy now Dazzler's performance to Cupid Shuffle.
It's only once a year. Shop our best Labor Day savings at Classic Chevrolet. New Silverados, 400 on the ground and ready for delivery. Not 7, not 8, 10 grand off MSRP. Did you hear that? Through Labor Day only, 10 grand off new Silverados. The #1 Chevy dealer in the nation. 63 acres of holiday savings. Get 10 grand off new Silverados before they're sold. This is Texas. This is Classic.
Compass Church is for you. Join us each week to experience great music, a message that applies to your everyday life, as well as programming for your kids and students to engage on their level. Learn more at compass.church.
How are you, Mr. Smith?
This week, we would like to honor the following people. Freshman of the week, Caleb Conley. Archer of the week, Phoenix Stewart. Percussion member of the week, Johnny Powell, Brian. Telegram member of the week, Abigail Evans. Section of the week, the percussion section. Parent volunteer of the week, Nick and Dr. Taggart. Tonight, the Marching Green Pride will perform the first part of their fall production entitled Alliance Arrow, featuring the music of Bill Radish, Janet Thames, and Ron Nelson. Our soloists for this evening are Nico Renteria, Madeline Bovine, and Brady Redford. Drum majors are Madeline Bovine, Leon Schroeder, and Jocelyn Owen. Presenting their 2023 fall production, the Azle Marching Green Pride.
Throwing it down to,
Okay,
welcome
so
back to
tell
halftime.
me
We're throwing it down to
about the
Carly
defense right now. How do you think they're
Isbell
doing
with
right
Coach DeBest.
Fantastic. I mean, obviously they held Azle to no points in the first half and scored our only touchdown. So it's hard to imagine the defense playing a whole lot better. We just hope we can keep it up for another half. I mean, they're explosive. They were close at times, but we came up with some plays, particularly on third down. So really proud of the defense.
And what was the message that you gave to players during halftime?
Well, I mean, it sounds like coach speak, but it's 0-0. I mean, we can't look at the scoreboard and say it's 13-0. And Azle's a proud football team and a proud program, and they're going to come back. They get the ball first here, and so it's going to be a dogfight. I told them before the game, I told them at halftime, just plan on this thing coming down the last play and maybe even overtime.
Well, thank you so much, Coach. Good luck tonight. Bye.
Thank you very much, Carly. Great job with Coach DeBest there on the sideline. Azle band just finished up. That's going to do it here for us at the halftime show. And we're going to be ready here in just a couple minutes to start the second half. Both teams getting loose on the west end or the east end of the stadium as the band clears the field. Jacob Dedamore back here with Tim Smith as we get ready for the start of the second half. The halftime show brought to you by our friends at Chill. Eat, drink, and dance at Chill in Grapevine. And Tim, I thought it was, especially defensively for the Mustangs, is a really solid first half. The offense played well. They just couldn't finish off drives.
Yeah, a couple turnovers there for the defense. You got to really like their effort. They're flying around the football. They had given up a couple plays on the earlier drive, but really Azle hadn't gotten anything going offensively until that final drive of theirs before the half. The Mustangs offense, they're still struggling to find their identity. We know that they're going to run the ball, but they're getting the big pops, but then they're getting nothing. There's nothing much in between. So now it's about getting some consistency and maybe getting the pass game going, although I'm going to tell you, Jacob, this field looks really, really dark to me. And not a lot of lights. You can see it's really dark. This is a hard place to throw at night.
This is your this is kind of more of an old school Texas high school football stadium with the lights and setup. It's not one of the newer ones like we've seen a lot of. But, the Mustangs offensively in the first half had a couple of really nice long drives that just got stood up inside the 5-yard line as the Azle defense was able to bow up and stuff the Grapevine run game. It turned into 2 chip shot field goals from Hayden Rhodes. The Mustang defense, on the other hand, there was that one possession early in the first quarter after the first turnover of the game where Azle started in Grapevine territory, got it down to about the 10-yard line, got stood up, missed a short field goal to keep them off the board. And then not only did the Grapevine defense get 2 turnovers, including the pick 6 that we talked about from Ryan Hamilton, but also they were able to come up with essentially what is a turnover right there at the end of the first half when they got the 4th down stop at their own 5-yard line to keep this the shutout going.
That was a huge play. You talk about the missed field goal earlier in the game. Well, that makes you second guess to try to take another short field goal. So down 13-0, guess what? 4th and 2. We're going to go for this, and then you get stopped by the Grapevine defense. Everybody coming in. It was number 1, Braden Davis, that made the big play there in the backfield to end that drive. So, yeah, that is essentially a turnover because you definitely keep points off the board, and now Azle will get the ball first.
And it is that defense that will be starting the second half, this third quarter, brought to you by our friends at Classic Chevrolet. Classic Chevrolet, relax, enjoy the difference. Hayden Rhodes boots this one high and deep, going to make it into the end zone, about 8 yards deep for the touchback, and the Hornets will start at their own 25-yard line. This Mustang defense had a very solid first half. Grapevine did have a couple of possessions where they moved the ball, but the Mustang defense forcing 2 turnovers and then also getting the 4th down stop really solidified their play in the first half. And they're going to try and keep it going against the quarterback tandem that we saw in the first half of Kanan Kesnowski and Austin May. We'll see who starts this half for the Hornets under center, and it looks like it's going to be Kesnowski.
Yeah, both quarterbacks have been hurt throughout this game and taken some big hits from the same offender. Major Hecht has been out there causing havoc for the quarterbacks, taking big hits in the back.
1st and 10 for the Hornets. Out of the shotgun, handoff to Hughes, and he gets wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. Great play that time coming in. That was Vili Motamanu, number 97, the defensive tackle, who came in and made the stop, only a gain of a yard for Hughes on 1st down.
And he controls the middle of the line of scrimmage, doing a good job all night tonight, holding his ground right there in the middle.
Kanan rolling to his right, Kesnowski rolling to his right on 2nd down. Throw comes in low, but it is caught, scooped just off the turf, and it's just enough for a 1st down at the 26-yard line. Making the catch was number 6, Christian Mendoza, on the throw from Kesnowski. And here comes the tempo. 1st and 10, snap back. Kesnowski rolling left, and now flags come in, and we're going to have a false start as they went a little too quick for their own good that time.
Devin Thomas was coming in hot. I'll tell you, they're lucky is Azle that that play was blown dead. That was going to be another huge shot on the quarterback.
Now, that may have been one of those plays right there where maybe everybody didn't get quite set because they were running such quick tempo.
They are moving so fast out there.
Back it up 5 yards to the 31-yard line. 1st and 15 now. Checking into the game is number 17, Brian Rager, the senior wide receiver for Azle on this play.
They haven't played well from behind the chains this evening.
No, not at all. They're going to go with trips, and the trips on the near side of the field are spread far out close to the sideline. Really spreading them out. Speed option, pitch, underhanded pitch to Hughes, and he's going to get wrapped up right at the 30-yard line. What a great open field tackle. There's that man again, Major Hecht.
Yeah, and I like the idea. You get all 3 receivers as close to the sideline as possible to give you that room to create that option, but the defensive backfield not biting on that it's going to be a pass play. They see the run coming all the way, coming up to make the play.
No gain on the tackle on Hughes. 2nd and 15 now. Snap back. Kaznowski rolling to the right this time on the waggle play. He drops one over the middle. That pass is caught. Boy, that was a nice drop in right in the zone, and it was right at the sticks that time. 15 yards and a first down. Backside of the defense for Grapevine needs to tighten that up. That was number 10, Cash Moore, with the catch.
A lot easier for a right-handed guy to roll to his right and fire a bullet than the other way that they've been trying to do all night.
They mark him just short, a yard short of the first down. Kaznowski keeps it on the zone read and will get the first down. Crossing, getting tackled right at midfield that time. Coming in to make the stop. Looks like that was number 11, Tatum Evans, on the tackle. Nice job on the fake that time. Really delayed that pullout, did Kaznowski. 1st and 10 at midfield. Snap back, delayed draw, backside draw to Hughes. He's got some room on the right side, up the sideline, inside the 25, the 20, still on his feet, and he finally stumbles out down, getting knocked down. There's that delayed backside draw. Found room on the far side of the field, broke arm tackles, and scampered down the sideline, down and finally getting knocked down at the Grapevine 10, 1st and goal.
Hey, you see the boot left, you see the boot right, then you see the boot left with the handoff underneath on the sprint draw. Nice play calling sequence there.
Snap back on 1st down, handoff, and no, up the middle, it goes Kaznowski. He was faked out by it that time as well, and he gets inside the 5 down to the 2. This Azle offense has really gotten some things pumping right now as they've got the Grapevine defense not really knowing who to cover.
Yeah, we're going right to left, left to right. Kaznowski hasn't run the ball a lot tonight, but he sure is on this drive.
2nd and goal at the 2 now for the Hornets, trying to get on the board. Kaznowski again, and he's going to walk right into the end zone for the touchdown from 2 yards out. Just that zone read quarterback draw once again, and the Hornets have taken the first possession of the second half, and they go 75 yards for the score.
They had the Grapevine defense all widened out, both left and right side, so pretty interesting. They've somewhat changed up a little bit of how they're calling their plays and what they're doing, kind of using the hashes from left to right. It was good play call sequence. Coming out of the half, obviously, adjustments.
And we're going to have a flag come in as we're going to have an unabated to the kicker on this on the snap before the extra point. One of the Grapevine defenders jumped the snap. That'll move it half the distance. So 75 yards, and really the key play for me was that 2nd and 15 pass where a receiver just got left alone on the near sideline and turned 2nd and 15 into 3rd and 1, and from there the Azle offense really got that tempo and that zone read ground game running as they had everybody spread out and really not able to find their lanes on defense.
Certainly the best sequence of offense that we've seen from Azle here tonight.
Forsythe of the extra point, it's up and it is good. 9:59 to go here in the 3rd quarter, and the Hornets are on the board. They're back within 1 score. It is 13-7 Grapevine. You're watching Mustang Friday Night.
Hi, I'm Russ Teeger.
And I'm Laura Teeger. We're the proud owners of AC Pros, family owned and operated business going on 26 years. And here's a little bit of what we do.
Hi, I'm Jim Bradley. I'm a comfort specialist here at AC Pros. We are a full service residential and light commercial HVAC company. We do sales and service for residential HVAC. We also do windows, attic efficiencies, radiant barrier installation, solar fans to make your system last longer. Today we're out here in Keller servicing one of our customers' outside units. This is Joel, our lead tech, taking care of the maintenance today. At AC Pros, we're small enough to care, but big enough to take care of business.
Go Mustangs!
Back here at Hornet Stadium, the kickoff is away from Forsythe. It's going to be caught at the 4 and returnable. Up the middle to the 20, room, and then closed off. Boy, it looked like there was a hole for a second. Now we got a late flag coming in, as I believe that was Bryson Davis on the return. Gets it out to about the 29-yard line, a return of 25 yards. Like I said, it looked like he had a hole there for a second, and then it closed quickly. And then a late flag comes in right at the end, and this might be a hold.
We have an Azle Hornet down at the 20, grabbing at his leg. Haven't seen too many injuries here tonight outside of the quarterback spot.
Not really sure what this means. Maybe it was an illegal double team block. I saw the official bump his fists together. That could be an illegal, maybe an
Chop
illegal.
block.
And
I can't imagine anyone was chop blocking.
I don't know what. I know that is a relatively new rule. Is you can't do the double team blocks anymore.
Oh, sure.
Wedge block kind of thing. May have been an illegal wedge block of some kind. That might be what that signal is because they backed it up 15 yards. That's all the way back at the 13 now, so that's a big penalty. That wipes out a pretty solid return, and now the Mustangs are going to start inside their own 15. Young man for Azle is up, and number 25, Dylan Doris. That's one of the sons of head coach Devin Doris. Both his sons are on the varsity this year.
Well, it's good to see him up and getting himself off the field. Hopefully he'll be all right.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs at their own 13 after the illegal, I'm assuming that was an illegal wedge block penalty. Receiver in motion, snap back, handoff up the middle. Up into the second level is, he's still on his feet. Out past the 20, the 25. What a run that time by Demontrez Dunn. Looked like he was going to get tripped up just about the 20, but was able to keep his balance and get all the way out to the 25-yard line for a gain of 12.
Big number 72, Ben Williams, creates a big hole initially on the line for Dunn to get through, and then it's all second and third effort after that.
So a little bit more room to work now for the Mustangs at their 25-yard line. Out of the power pistol formation. Actually, this is the power pistol. Snap back, speed option play this time. Pitch to the outside, Dunn's got it. Up past the 30, 35, making men miss. Out past to get to the first down to move the chains. Another good run by Demontrez Dunn. Good job by Hackbarth as well. Timing that pitch, waiting till the last second, making the defender commit. And it's another 11 yards for Dunn.
Perfectly done by Hackbarth. That was not his strength last year, which is what caused him to not play as much as Evan Baum. But here this year, he's made it more of a strength, and we've seen that in the first 2 games.
Mustangs with first downs on consecutive plays now. Snap back, play action rollout, little dump off pass to Hatton. Gets hit, stood up, still on his feet, and still going. Nice, strong run after the catch by Ian Hatton. Only going to end up being a gain of 6 yards, but the last 3 of that was Ian Hatton just running through tackles.
Very angry running at 6'2", 210. He's no little guy to be taken down, and defenders were bouncing off of him on that.
Just a great job.
Love to see that.
Keeping your feet running with power by Ian Hatton. 2nd and 4 now at the 42-yard line for the Mustangs. They lead 13-7. Tight formation here on 2nd down. Snap back. Handoff up the middle to Dunn. Bounces off a tackler, busts the outside. He's got room to the far side of the field and gets the first down out near midfield. That's a nice job by Dunn. Didn't see it inside, bounced it outside. Couldn't quite get to the corner as he was angled off by number 7, Garrett Bailey. But check that was number 1, Josh Montalongo. But it was enough for a first down, a gain of 7 yards for Dunn.
Absolutely, nowhere to go. Everything gets stuffed up in the middle, and then we see that athletic ability of Dunn to be able to jump cut to the outside, use his speed to go get the first down.
Mustangs now at their own 49, 1st and 10, just under 8 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. Receiver in motion, now sets up a full house backfield. Hand off to Connor Bell. He's got room up the middle, inside the 25 and tripped up. Boy, he was looking end zone, but at the last second got tripped up by number 21, Aiden Sandoval, the senior linebacker. That might have been a house call for Connor Bell, if not for that trip up right at the end, gets all the way down to the 30.
Great job by the interior of the offensive line to open up that big hole. And we haven't seen too much of Bell with the way Dunn's been going tonight, but nice to see a little bit of a changeup. Hits that hole hard in one of his bigger runs here tonight.
21 yards for Connor Bell. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs in Azle territory now at the 30-yard line as they're moving the ball. Snap back, hand off to Bell again. This time he gets wrapped up. Great job shooting the gap and getting to Connor Bell right at the line of scrimmage by Jaime Ramirez, the junior linebacker, number 13. He really got through that gap that time from his outside linebacker position and dropped Bell for no gain.
Very, very fast. Oh, we're going to have a
We
penalty.
have a flag. Looks like we're going to have an illegal formation penalty against the Mustangs, so never mind on that. Back it up 5 yards. Back to the 35. I'll be honest with you, I'm a little surprised that Coach Doris didn't just take the play right there. A no gain on first down. I would have thought he might have just taken the down.
Why not?
First and 15 now at the 35. Receiver in motion, snap back, handoff to Dunn. Not much room that time, only going to get about a yard on first down. Great job again by these linebackers for Azle, shooting the gaps and getting into the spaces. That time it was number 40, Case Moore, the junior, who got in there, got around the waist of Dunn and was able to spin him down to the ground.
Yeah, there was room to go. It looked like it might even be a big play, and then just tremendous work by the outside backer to get through that gap and make a tackle in space on a guy that hasn't been able to be tackled in space very often.
Only a gain of 1 on that play, second and 14. Snap back, handoff to Dunn, trying to find room around the left side. Makes a man miss and gets a couple of yards before he gets wrapped up. Good effort there by Dunn, but again, this Azle defense, I'm telling you, at times they get gashed, but at other times their linebackers have done a really good job of attacking this running attack. Held Dunn to only about a 2.5-yard gain there.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. It's kind of been feast or famine for Grapevine. It's either a couple of yards or it's a big, big one.
So now 3rd and long for the Mustangs after this drive was really on the move. 3rd and about, we're going to call it a short 12 here with 5:21 to go in the 3rd quarter. Snap back to Hackbarth. They're going to go with the run to Connor Bell. He's got some room, breaking a tackle, getting inside the 25, but he's going to be short of the first down. That time DeBest choosing to go ahead and play it a little safe with a nice run to Connor Bell, but that's going to get it into field goal range for number 30 for the Mustangs, as Hayden Rhodes will step in for another field goal attempt here.
Hackbarth really wanted to go for it. He was waiting for the next play. When he saw the field goal team coming out, he kind of shook his shoulder down. Shucks, we're not going to be able to go for it. And off the field, he jogged.
40-yard attempt this time for Rhodes after the 8-yard run from Connor Bell. Snap is down. The kick is on the way. It's got the distance, but it is no good. It stayed wide. They're on the near side hash, and that kick just stayed out wide to the right. Had the distance for Rhodes, but couldn't pull it inside the uprights. And now each team has missed a field goal tonight, and the Azle defense comes up with a stop.
And that was a huge stop for Azle because you were going right down. If you're Grapevine, you could really extend that lead a little bit now. Azle has an opportunity here to grab the lead back, which they haven't had all night.
Yep, 4:33 to go after the missed field goal. Azle starting at their own 24.
It's going to be a big series here for the defense. You don't imagine Azle will stray away from what they did last series.
Kesnowski still at quarterback here on first down. Snap back, delayed handoff to Hughes. He's got room, but that hole closed pretty quickly as Cooper Towery came up and made the stop. Only a 2-yard gain, well, maybe 3 yards looks like for Hughes that time. And we have a Grapevine player down now, as I believe that's Burns, the cornerback, who was trying to help on the tackle. His helmet's off and he's hopping around. It's Darion Burns, number 3. And he's going to stay down and let the trainers come check him out. So they're going to tend to him for just a moment. You don't know if it's just a cramp, maybe, because now he's up and already walking off. Could just be, I mean, it's still a very warm night here. Could just be a little bit of a cramp. And he's jogging off the field under his own power, which is good to see.
He sure is. You saw the trainers from Azle come out, tell him, get down, get down. And then you saw the trainer from Grapevine come around and say, no, get up, get up. We're going to go to the sideline real quick. So she said, I got this. This is our guy. I got him.
Gain of 3 for Hagan Hughes on first down, 2nd and 7 now at the 27-yard line. Kesnowski dropping back, fires one out to the near side and just off target. It was almost like a quick little Z out that time from the wide receiver, the single wide receiver on the near side, number 6, Christian Mendoza.
Yeah,
took a step inside and spun outside, but the pass was too wide.
Call that a little whip route. You go inside, show the slant, plant the foot, come back out, quarterback. You need to make an accurate throw because you had a man.
Off-target throw sets up 3rd and 7 now for the Mustang defense to try and get the stop here. Snap back to Kesnowski, trying to look for a screen pass. The pass is on the ground. That screen was read all the way by the Mustang defenders as they had multiple guys around the running back, Hagan Hughes, as they were trying to set up a backside screen as the offensive line was leaking out.
And so the last drive, it was roll right, roll left. We're getting plays on the run. This drive, they don't try any of that.
And a bunch of zone read.
They go back
draws.
to what they tried to do earlier in the game. Grapevine ready for it. They snuff out the screen. The screen game has not worked for Azle tonight. We saw a pick 6. We see that. Confusing why they would go revert back to what wasn't working earlier in the game, but good deal for the defense.
Snap is back. The punt is away. It's a short kick like a knuckleball, and it bounces backwards into Grapevine territory. We have flags down on the field, and it looks like we're going to have a penalty of an illegal substitution. The question is it against Grapevine or against Azle? I'm going to assume it's against Grapevine here, as he had 2 flags down in the back into the field near where Bryson Davis was setting up to return. May have not have had enough guys get off the field in time as they were making the switch.
And now that makes it 4th and 1.
Yeah, 4th and 2.
Oh, 4th and 2.
But it was a really short punt, and it allows Azle to get another crack at maybe booting this thing a little further because the punt team is still on the field for Azle.
Yeah, this doesn't change anything inside your own 35-yard line.
Just may change field position. Because that was going to be, the ball was going to be in Azle territory after a short punt that took a backwards bounce. And they are going to try a fake up the middle, and they're going to get the first down, and it worked. They snapped it to the up back and got the first down on a fake punt. Number 10, Cash Moore, the junior wide receiver, took it, found room up the middle, and got it all the way out to the 42-yard line. So the penalty bites Grapevine in the backside, and they get a 15-yard run on 4th down.
Well, that's just a great timely play. I think we think, are they going to go for it? Maybe no. It's just too much of a risk. You're inside your own 35. You're only down by 6.
It's about a 10-yard run.
That's a great timing call by the coach and understanding the situation.
So after the 10-yard run on the fake punt, 1st and 10 now for the Hornets. May is in the game, and he takes it, and he just takes off up the field and slides down.
Yeah, you're going to get a flag for hitting the quarterback as he's in his slide. And it's hard for those defenders sometimes to pull up, but you have to do it.
Yeah, May went into a slide right as the defender came up to him.
And now you've given Azle life. You have the fake punt. Now you have the run with an additional 15 yards tacked on to it.
Now we're seeing, kind of what happened to Grapevine last week. The mistakes are starting to pile up for the Mustangs right now here in this second half.
Coach has a word for that, but I'm not going to repeat what he said on Wednesday.
They fought off the mistakes in the first half as the defense was making plays. They're going to wave it off.
Waved it off.
I was wondering, they were having the discussion, did May go into his slide too late?
Too late.
Because if you go into a slide as the defender's already diving at you, that's not on the there's nothing the defender can do. So no penalty, thankfully, for the Mustangs. An 8-yard run by May. That looked like a straight rollout run that time by Austin May.
100%.
2nd and 8 in Mustang territory at the 49-yard line. 2nd and 2, I should say. Quarterback draw from May, and he's going to have the first down. No real fake right here. This is just big, 6'3", 205-pound quarterback just lowering the shoulder and going.
He's a big kid, and he's just getting what he can. You see a little bit of change of pace when he comes in the game.
5 yards on that. And that was just a straight quarterback draw. 1st and 10.
Grapevine wants to stack the box, but they can't because Azle's got you so spread out.
May with the shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's going to take a deep shot up the sideline, and that's going to be pass interference.
Oh, I don't like that call. The ball was severely underthrown. The corner simply looks back for the football. He has a right to that football, as does the receiver.
He does, but here's why I say it's a good call, because Darius Burns didn't turn around. He never turned around until after he bumped into the receiver. The receiver slowed up because you're right, the pass was underthrown. Burns bumped into the receiver and then turned around and looked for the ball.
That's a tough call. I don't like it, but I understand what you're saying. I don't like it. It's not Burns' fault the ball was underthrown by 10 yards.
It's one of those. It's hard to do, but it's one of those things is if you're in chase mode, if you see the receiver start to slow up because he's slowing up to look for an underthrown ball, don't slow up yourself, but you got to turn around and look as you are still going to the receiver.
True.
Snap back on first down, draw up the middle to Hughes. He's got a good gain inside the 30, down to near the 25. They're going to mark him down at the 26, so it'll be a gain of 3, 2nd and 7 now, as we're down to 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Azle Hornets have made really good adjustments here in this third quarter and have really controlled the action. Second down and 7. Shotgun snap back. May roll to his right, and he's just looking to run, and he's going to get a couple of yards, but he's going to get wrapped up. Again, there's no even look by May to pass on that. He is rolling to his right to run, and they're trying to set up almost like a quarterback sweep to the outside.
Yeah, that is what it looks like. Now, there was some quick pressure in there, but I believe he took the ball, tucked it immediately, and went around that corner. And we've seen him do that now 3 or 4 times.
He got 2 yards that time before he was wrapped up by the Mustang defense. 3rd and 5 now for Azle at the Mustang 24. This time May rolling to his left, throws one to the near sideline. It's caught as, again, a receiver just got lost. We've seen that a number of times on these rollouts. The Mustang defense, they're playing kind of a zone, like a zone defense in the backside, and they're just letting a receiver and now we've got a late flag after the play. The catch was made by number 17, Brian Rager, the senior. He made the catch inside the 15-yard line for the first down. It was a gain of about 10 yards to move the sticks.
Yeah, they weren't ready, the Grapevine defense. They were still trying to communicate when that ball was snapped.
And it is an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Grapevine, and that's going to move it half the distance to the goal.
And that's unusual. We don't see a lot of that.
No, we haven't seen that really this year much. Look, I didn't see who it was on. We didn't see which Grapevine defender it was on. We're not sure, but somebody was mouthing with Rager after the catch and got called for it.
Just can't do it. They're not going to let you get away with that.
Azle has come out and played really well in this third quarter, but Grapevine is making a ton of mistakes right now. Shotgun snap back on 1st and goal. Backside draw. It's got inside the 5 and near the goal line. It's close. He's going to be short at the 1, but there's that same play they've been really getting him with here in this third quarter.
They have run that sprint draw now 4 times tonight. One time it was hugely successful in the first half, and here 3 out of the 4 times they've run it tonight, they've gotten big yards.
Yep, Hagan Hughes got all the way inside the 1-yard line, and here comes the goal line power formation with no quarterback. It's all big guys, and it's going to be a direct snap into the end zone for the touchdown. That is number 40, Case Moore, the linebacker, getting under center, taking the snap, and just burrowing his way into the end zone. And the Hornets are an extra point away from taking their first lead of the night.
Yeah, they're a complete spread team until they get inside the 2. And then they do what I like to call the Philadelphia Eagle offense, where everybody gets down in there and let's just push it on through.
Now the Mustangs stopped them the first time they tried that on the 4th down play late in the second quarter. This time, Azle's able to punch it through. The extra point is up, and it is good. And now another late flag as guys are pushing and jawing after the play.
We got an Azle player with his helmet off. Now he's put it back on. You wonder if that had something to do with it.
55 seconds left here in the third quarter, and Azle now leads 14-13. And we have a personal foul face mask against Grapevine at the end of the play, so that'll be tacked on to the kickoff. And right now, Coach DeBest needs to get the guys together and have a talk, because right now the Mustangs are kind of falling apart a little bit here in this third quarter.
All the momentum has turned over to Azle. When the Grapevine offense is about to get the ball, the screen is shaking, the lines are blurred. I mean, if you're a Madden guy, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This is not good. The momentum, old momentum, as they say, has certainly come all the way over to the Azle sideline here in this third quarter, completely dominated by Azle.
A combination of really good play by Azle and Grapevine just making a lot of mental mistakes.
So they're going to kick off now. They'll get the extra 15 yards. They've been kicking deep into the end zone.
Well, they're good. Right now, if you're Grapevine, you've got to look out for a possible onside kick.
I'm looking for a squib kick if I'm Azle. I'm going to try to squib it down here, get it inside the 10, and make them return it and try to pin them deep.
That drive, the key play on that drive was after a Grapevine penalty on the punt, a substitution penalty when they had Azle stopped on 4th down. That penalty made it a 4th and 2 at about the Azle 33. Azle lined up to punt again, but ran a fake punt as they snapped it to the up back, got the first down, and then just moved it right down the field.
Right down the field.
Punched it in the end zone.
Big runs by the quarterback, and then a couple of those sprint draw plays to finish it off.
And they do an onside kick. That was the play, but Grapevine was ready for it, and they covered it, so they'll have decent field position at their own 29 after the attempted onside. Making the recovery. Nice job by the front of the kickoff return team. Brody Henderson, number 33, was right there to catch that hop and just go down.
Again, that's why I say squib kick it, get it down inside the 10 here. You didn't do anything to help yourself out with field position to me on an onside kick. I think you got to try to pin them down inside the 10 and make them return it and maybe stop them inside the 20. But I appreciate the onside kick try, and now Grapevine has good field position.
So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs, now trailing 14-13. 50 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Snap back to Hackbarth. He's going speed option here, and he's going to keep it himself. He's going to make men miss, get up the sideline. He's got room out past the 40.
Okay.
Great job by Hackbarth. Nobody was committing on defense, and there was too late to pitch, so he kept it, made a man miss behind the line, then just turned it up the sideline all the way to the 44 for a gain of 16.
Little twinkle toe magic down the sideline as well as he ran the tightrope and then hit a little burst as he got down the field. Great way to start off the drive. Grapevine is right in this. No reason they can't go down and get a score back.
1st and 10 now at their own 44 after the scamper by Hackbarth. You hear somebody in the Azle stands banging on the metal bleachers here. Snap back. Hackbarth is going to drop back to throw, and he's just going to dump it out, and he's off target. There was a man there on Connor Bell should he had caught the ball, but that was that little option fake. He faked the speed option, dropped back to throw. The man was covered deep, so he tried to drop it off to Bell. Would have been interesting to see if Bell would have been able to make a man miss in the flat, but there was a defender there.
Really the only decision there. He had two men running down, routes downfield, both were covered. I like the fact that he's not trying to force the ball in the coverage here.
2nd and 10 now for the Mustangs. Receiver comes in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Dunn, who breaks a couple of tackles and is able to get past the line up for a gain of about 3 before he's wrapped up by the Azle defense that time. It looked like number 64, Devin Wingfield, the nose tackle, who made the stop.
Dunn slow to get up. He takes himself off the field. So now we have a substitution. I think that's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter here.
Yeah, Grapevine, I think, is just going to let this one run out. After a really strong third quarter by the Azle Hornets, they come back from 13-0 down to take a lead, and they will lead going to the fourth quarter by a score of 14-13. We'll be back for the fourth quarter here in Azle. This is Mustang Friday Night.
Hi,
Compass Church is for you.
And I'm Laura Teeger.
Join us each week to experience great music, a message that applies to your everyday life, as well as programs. Compass Church is for you. Join us each week to experience great music, a message that applies to your everyday life, as well as programming for your kids and students to engage on their level. Learn more at compass.church.
It's only once a year. Shop our best Labor Day savings at Classic Chevrolet. New Silverados, 400 on the ground and ready for delivery. Not 7, not 8, 10 grand off MSRP. Did you hear that? Through Labor Day only, 10 grand off new Silverados. The #1 Chevy dealer in the nation. 63 acres of holiday savings. Get 10 grand off new Silverados before they're sold. This is Texas. This is Classic.
Back here at Hornet Stadium on the campus of Azle High School for the start of the fourth quarter. This fourth quarter brought to you by our friends at GM Civil Engineering and Surveying. The Mustangs trail 14-13, but have the ball at their own 47, 3rd down and 7 to go.
They haven't been great in these situations in third and longish. It hasn't been in their favor tonight. A lot of that's because they haven't been able to find a rhythm in the passing game, and again, the run game has been feast or famine all night.
3rd and 7. Bell and Dunn in the backfield with Hackbarth. Speed option on 3rd down. Hackbarth pitches out to Dunn. He's got room. He's got the corner, 1st down inside the 45 and knocked out of bounds. That was well run that time. Hackbarth not only made the defender commit, but Connor Bell was out there lead blocking, got a great block. Dunn had the corner easy, and they get 12 yards down to the 41 of Azle for a 1st down.
Good play design, great execution on a 3rd and 7 when you had to have it.
So now the Mustangs are in Azle territory. First and 10. Receiver coming in motion into the backfield. Speed option this time to the near side. Pitch is out and made. And nice job by the Azle defense. Only about a couple of yards that time. They really played that well.
They strung that out really well,
Yep.
the way they did earlier tonight with those speed options. They keep their 3 down linemen. They kind of get that line to spread out with them, and then they fill the gaps with the linebackers, and the corners and safeties come up and make good plays on the pitch man.
That was Mason Tatum on the coming in from motioning into the backfield out of the slot. Tatum took the pitch. 2 yards, 2nd and 8 now at the 39. Split back setup this time out of the shotgun again. Tatum comes in motion. Handoff up the middle. Dunn's got room, breaks a tackle, and almost gets into the open field. It looks like he's going to be about a yard short of the 1st down, but that was a hair's breadth away from possibly being a house call by DeMontrez Dunn.
I think that was a touchdown-saving tackle right there. The hole opened big.
Gain of...
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was just amazed at how big that hole opened and how quickly one guy comes in from the back to make the tackle.
7 yards for DeMontrez Dunn. Sets up a 3rd and a long one here from just outside the 32 for the Mustangs. Handoff up the middle to Bell, and he's going to move the chains. Nice strong run right over left guard.
Well, he is a load.
Yep, gets down to 2-yard gain, down to the 30.
Not a particularly big guy, but he is a load when he's got the ball in his hands.
Nice job that time up front by left guard Daniel Campos, number 71, with the block.
One thing that hasn't changed.
Actually, check that. That was Ben Williams in left guard that time, number 72.
The offensive line continues to be a strong point for this Grapevine team.
Most definitely. 1st and 10 at the 30 now for the Mustangs as they're trying to take the lead back here in this ball game. Snap back, handoff. Bell again gets tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. Is coming up to fill the hole that time was number 48, Adrian Vialta, the senior, inside linebacker. Holds Bell to a gain of about 1.5 yards.
Now we've got some more speed coming back in the game for Grapevine with this 2nd and 10.
Bell checks out. Dunn checks back in at tailback. Coming out with a 3 wide setup, and they're going to actually spread it out. They're going to split out Ian Hatton. Snap back. Looking downfield is Hackbarth, rolling to his right. He's got room to run if he wants to go, and then he just drops the ball, picks it up, makes a man miss. Now he's cutting back all the way across the field. He's got some room, trying to find room to run, and then finally gets knocked down for a loss of 1 yard. Boy, Hackbarth that time, rolling to his right. I know he was looking to throw, but he had all kinds of running room. He could have just tucked it and gone and might have gotten the 1st down, but he decided to throw, and then the ball slipped out of his hands and picks it up. What a crazy play. I thought he was going to get yardage again, but he kept trying to get wide instead of just cutting up field.
Yeah, he certainly tried. I mean, that ball coming out of your hand, obviously it's hot, it's sweaty, a lot of humidity here in the Texas area. Man, that ball just slips out of his hand. He's lucky to be able to pick it up. Most quarterbacks would just fall on. He picks up. I'll give him credit for trying to make a play, but gosh.
I think that's one that Coach DeBest will tell him on the initial play, just go.
Just keep going.
Just tuck it and go. And now Coach DeBest calls timeout here on this 3rd and 10. First time out of the second half of the Mustangs. Yeah, I think that's one where if I'm Coach DeBest, I'm bringing Harrison over and say, hey, look at this. I know what the play was. You're looking downfield, but you got to see you've got 10, 15 yards of running room in front of you. Just tuck it and go.
Yeah, he had a lot of room. And maybe that was part of it. Maybe there was some indecision as he was pulling his arm up. Who knows?
Yep.
hate to see that, but love to see that he was able to get the ball back and
great
and
hustle
turn
play
a
from
bad
there.
play.
Yeah,
I mean,
tried
now-
to turn it into something good after it happened, and I thought he was. And again, it looked like I thought maybe he had some room where he could have cut up.
I thought
the
he
field,
was about to
gotten
turn the
yards.
corner. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did too. That one green blur came out of nowhere and laid a big hit. You could see he was a little slow to get up.
Ended up being a loss of a yard on the play. It's going to set up a 3rd and 10 now for the Mustangs at the Azle 30. This has kind of been what's happening to the Grapevine offense tonight. They move the ball, they get a lot of good gains, really get down into scoring territory in the Azle end, but then just everything just kind of bogs down for them. Some of that is great play by Azle, is good play by Azle. Some of that is on the Grapevine side.
Now what do you do? The passing game has not been effective. The sprint option game, what are you going to do here?
Connor Bell in at tailback on this 3rd and 10. Snap back. It's a quick throw, and the pass is incomplete.
And that is the 3rd drop we've seen tonight from these receivers. I mean, you got to help your quarterback out. He puts the ball on the money, big spot.
Yep.
In practice, we don't see this. I'm telling you, I'm in practice every single week. These receivers are making great catches, one-handed catches, catching the ball everywhere. Here tonight, not the case.
That time, and it's been a different receiver each time. That time it was Will Matheny that had the ball hit him in the hands, and he just couldn't hang on to it. He bobbled it and then got hit, and the ball fell to the turf. And so now Grapevine is going to punt. This was a little bit too long, they think, for Rhodes. Rhodes is going to drop back. He's going to
flag.
We do have a flag, and that punt is going to make it into the end zone for a touchback. We'll see what the penalty is, but again, a drive just stalls. That would have been a 47-yard field goal attempt for Hayden Rhodes. Illegal formation that time against Grapevine. So, penalty's going to be declined, and Azle will take over on their own 20.
It's just little mistakes compounding on each other. They're not quite as crisp as what we've seen in the last few years, but again, we expected this in at least the first couple weeks, and you're going to get your stars back here over the next week or two, but it's going to take more than just 2 guys to make this offense click and go as they want to go.
But you're right about receivers needing to help their quarterback. We've seen it from 3 different receivers tonight. We had it from Mason Tatum, again, on that interception in the first half. I think the sun had a lot to do with that one, but we've also seen balls go right through the hands tonight of Colby Eckert and now Will Matheny on passes that were on target. From Harrison.
When you don't throw the ball very often, you have to make the times you do throw the ball count. And that means you got to throw accurate balls to the right guy, and the guy has to make the catch. We're throwing accurate balls to the right guy. Now we need to make the catch on the back end.
Tonight, the throws from Hackbarth have been on target.
Absolutely. On time and on target.
1st and 10 for the Hornets. They tack on the penalty to the touchback, so they starting at their own 25 here. 8:13 to go in the ball game. 1-point lead for the Hornets. May in at quarterback. Snap back, handoff up the middle. Real short gain that time. Nice job.
Towery once again.
That was Cooper Towery, the sophomore, the younger of the 2 brothers, making the wrap-up tackle for only a gain of a yard. It looked like maybe Hughes was going to be able to squirt through there, but Cooper Towery wrapped him up after only a 1-yard gain.
Cooper has really solidified himself and is introducing himself to everybody here tonight, isn't he? He's having a nice little game.
Snap back to May, looking downfield. Now he's getting flushed. He gets rid of the ball. The pass is caught on the near sideline. Tackle missed, and it's going to be a first down. Happened again. The secondary is losing men consistently on the sideline. They're letting guys come downfield and come back and just be there for an outlet catch, an easy grab, and then turning upfield missing tackles. This one gets all the way out to the 41-yard line for a gain of 15.
And to your point, the way they're spreading out the Grapevine defense, it's going to be hard for them to man up necessarily. So you do naturally want to go into some sort of a zone, but you're leaving yourself vulnerable in the middle of the field, and you're leaving yourself vulnerable in that 10-yard and under on the sideline.
1st and 10 now for the Hornets. That's been the only pass play that's consistently worked for Azle tonight is a half roll, and then Grapevine just letting a man free.
And then they run that little sprint draw off of that play. And I mean, they've really run about 6 or 7 different plays, different looks tonight with the 2 quarterbacks. Just been real effective.
Austin May in on this possession. Snap back on 1st down. Here comes the pressure. Gets hit as he throws. Ball is up, and it's going to be just out of the reach of the wide receiver, Christian Mendoza, who made the catch on the last play. That time there was a very big uncalled hold on Devin Thomas as he got his shoulder pad yanked back. He got through it and was still able to hit Austin May as he threw, but the refs missed one there.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of Devin tonight, but that time he made his presence known right up the gut. Big hole. Uncalled. Quarterback somehow gets the ball out to his credit, but takes a big shot at the end of that.
2nd and 10 now. They haven't changed the down marker, but it is 2nd and 10. Got a stacked trips formation on the far side of the field. And it's going to be a quarterback keep for May as he pulled the ball out, almost lost it.
Devin Thomas again.
Austin May pulled that ball out of the gut of his running back, number 42, Tristan Keaton, at the last second. And then Leighton Towery hit May, and as he was spinning to the ground, that ball was way hanging out and almost could have come out, gain of 2 yards.
I thought that ball was about to squirt out of there the way he was holding it. Almost like he was reaching for something.
3rd and 8 now at the 43-yard line. Mustangs in need of a big stop here. Just under 7 minutes to go in the ball game. May rolling to his right, looking to run. Now he's got room up the middle and going to come up just short. Got a nice gain out to the 49, but he's about 2 yards short of the first down. He was looking to throw but didn't see anything, so he just tucked it and went up the middle.
Leighton Towery, he's playing wide outside on the left. Right, there's about a 5-man front now. Leighton, he comes and bursts in and then all of a sudden turns himself around and gets 6 yards downfield to make the tackle.
6-yard gain from May, and he got enough to get to the 49 of Azle. And Coach Doris is going to keep his offense on the field here and at least show like he's going to go for this. But the play clock is running down. It's down 10, and they haven't made a play call. I think they're just going to call a timeout here and then make a decision.
They're not going to run a play here for sure.
This is going to be Azle's free. He's going to call a timeout with 1 on the play clock. There it is. And they're going to send the punt team out. They just wanted to run some time is all they wanted to do. Thought they might go for it here. Grapevine got to be heads up for the fake punt here with the distance on this 4th down play.
Oh, now wait a minute. They didn't get the timeout. They gave him a delay of game, and they moved him back.
Wow, he didn't call it quick enough, or I thought I saw him call it, but I guess not. That was interesting by Coach Doris.
Sometimes you want to give your punter room. I mean, we see
but
that at the NFL level.
Yeah, they're at midfield, though. I mean, that's a very curious decision. I know they want to run time, but I thought they would have called timeout with 1 second left.
I would have thought so, too.
Now you can't even really show fake here. So the punt almost blocked that time by Grapevine, but a good punt. Over-the-shoulder catch by Bryson Davis, and he's going to get wrapped up inside the 15. That was a great punt, though. Give all the credit in the world to number 21, Aiden Sandoval, the senior linebacker who's also the punter. That was his best punt of the night. And he got a boomer away, and Bryson Davis had to catch that one running backwards over his shoulder. And by that point, he had Azle defenders around him.
Yeah, just nowhere
and they just wrapped him up.
Nowhere to go. And he paid the price at the end. He kept trying to churn
got about 3 yards out to the 18-yard line, but a great punt that time by Sandoval.
This could be the last time that Grapevine has the ball.
.38 yards on the net punt after the return that time.
They have to get it going here.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs at their 18. Snap back, handoff to Bell, and just not much room. Backside of the Azle defense was all over that play as their defense has made some great adjustments here in this second half to stymie the Grapevine run game. That time it was number 40, Case Moore, the junior linebacker, who scored the touchdown on the on the goal line play on the previous back in the third quarter, I should say.
Last week, both Dunn and Bell had over 80 yards on the ground. Obviously, they
had
were
190 combined.
A vocal point coming into this one for the Azle defense. We've seen a couple big runs. We didn't have the stats coming into halftime, but I'll be interesting to see what those final numbers are.
Loss of 1 for Bell on the play, 2nd and 11. Snap back. Little dump off into the flat, a lot of room to run. Up past the 20, going to be close to the first down. Well, check that, not going to be that close to the first down. Nice little catch and run by Colby Eckert as he just did a little wheel route out of the backfield that time, made the catch in the flat, got up, gain of about 7 yards out to the 24 to set up a 3rd and manageable here.
We haven't seen a lot of that type of play, but I like it. You kind of run everybody off and just a little extension of the run game.
You know, you get it to a guy in the open field. Maybe he makes a man miss, turns it into a big gainer. Huge third down. Now they come out with the power pistol formation here on 3rd and 4 from the 24-yard line. Hatton now steps up as an H-back. Up the middle handoff. Bell has room, first down, into the open field, and a nice run from Connor Bell. Great blocking as well, all the way out to the 40-yard line. A gain of 16 and a first down for the Mustangs.
Well, you can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him, and they've done a decent job, but there he goes. Another big hitter right up the gut. That's how you do it, Grapevine. Just stay true to you and keep matriculating the ball down the field.
Matriculating the ball down the field.
Matriculate the ball.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs at their own 40. Just over 4 minutes to go. Power pistol once again on the formation. Now Hatton moves up. Snap is dropped by Hackbarth, and he just tries to get rid of it. Still on the ground, but Grapevine is able to cover it. Hackbarth just dropped the snap that time and just completely threw off everything, and it's going to be a huge loss back inside the 30.
They dropped the snap, and I'm good with that, but then he picks it up and he tries to shovel it two-handed. Just fall on the ball, son.
He just panicked a little bit that time.
We just need to fall on the ball, and I think that's something that's going to be talked about because that's 2 opportunities where the ball's been a little loosey-goosey, and we just need to fall down on the ball.
That time, the one the previous possession, when as he cocked his arm back, the ball squirted out of his hand, that's just a drop snap is all that was.
Still.
And then he panicked on top of it. 2nd and 21 now after the big loss. Hackbarth now getting pressure, gets away from it though. Rolling to his left, fires one out, and that passes again through the hands of a receiver. It was good defense as the receiver, Mason Tatum, got contacted as the ball came in, as it was number 33, Braden Rager, on the hit. But, again, that's a catch that needs to be made. You've got to help your quarterback, and that one went right through the hands of Mason Tatum.
Great job by Harrison to navigate the pocket, get away from the early pressure, slide out to his left, get his shoulders turned, make a heck of a throw. It was a little high, but make a heck of a throw. We got to come down with one of these catches, Jacob.
Yep.
Just one.
3rd and a mile here for the Mustangs at their own 29-yard line. Harrison dropping back, looking downfield. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that is caught! And finally, one of the Grapevine receivers helps out his quarterback on another on-target throw as number 10, Will Matheny, makes the grab in Azle territory. A huge play on 3rd and 21. They make a catch all the way for 26 yards at the Azle 45.
Ice in his veins. Hackbarth looking down the rush, stands in the pocket and makes a bullet. We know he's got a cannon arm. And he makes a very strong throw on the skinny post right down the middle. Perfect throw and a great catch.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs in Azle territory now. Receiver Eckert coming in motion. Snap back, handoff up the middle. Bell's got room. He's busted to the outside, inside the 30, inside the 20, and knocked out of bounds. A huge run from Connor Bell. The offensive line opened up a massive hole on the right side. Bell just went from 0 to 60 in the blink of an eye and gets that all the way down inside. Well, no, they're going to say he stepped out now at the 19. But still, a great run by Connor Bell. Inside the 20, a gain of 26 yards.
That's his 3rd or 4th big squirted run. Man, Connor, 2 weeks in a row now, churning and burning down the field.
26-yard run, 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the 19 of the Hornets. 2:21 to go in the ball game. Snap back, handoff to Dunn. Trying to get around the outside. Gets a little bit of the corner. Solid gain. Inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. They're actually going to say his knee went down at the 15, so that'll be a gain of 4 on 1st down. And we're going to stop plays. We've got one Azle Hornet down and one bent over, as it looks like that's number 40, Case Moore. Has had a really solid second half here for the Hornets, but he's down on the field getting treated by the trainers. Let's go ahead and take a quick break as they tend to the young man. This is Mustang Friday Night.
You've worked hard this year, and to celebrate Labor Day, we're giving you the biggest savings of the season. Shop Stacy's Labor Day sales event where the more you buy, the more you save. For a limited time, save $300, $500, $1,000 or more on quality name brand furniture for every room in your home. Get the sleep you need for the life you lead with the perfect new mattress and adjustable base. They're all on sale during Stacy's Labor Day sale. Shop today in Grapevine, Allen, or the outlet in Flower Mound. And remember, if you're shopping at Stacy's, you're shopping with family and you're not burning money.
Case Moore was able to come off under his own power, which is always good to see. But now the Mustangs are back on the field with the ball, 2nd down and 6.
They've struggled in this part of the field all night, Jacob. Can they get it in the end zone?
2nd and 6 at the 15-yard line. Receiver comes in motion, handoff to Dunn, trying to stays on his feet, breaks a tackle. What a run by DeMontrez Dunn. Inside the 10 to the 5, and that was all effort. He got hit just across the line of scrimmage, shucked off a tackle, and took it all the way down to the 5 for a gain of 10.
All effort. You can see Azle's been tackling high all night, right?
Yep.
Dunn's had his helmet turned sideways more than once tonight. That time he shrugs off the defender, gets up the field. Now we got 1st and goal at the 5. Look for Azle to really squeeze their defense down.
Well,
what's Grapevine got in store?
And now we're playing a little clock management game. That time Grapevine slowed it down. They were letting the clock run as we were under 1:30, 1st and goal at the 5. And after about 10 seconds, Coach Doris went out and called his first timeout on defense. So 1:22 to go here in the 4th quarter. The Mustangs have the ball. 1st and goal at the Azle 5-yard line, trailing 14-13. You know, that last possession that Grapevine got down to the 30-yard line, you know, it was one of those, I was curious as if they were going to try a field goal down there because that's right on the edge of Hayden Rhodes' range. And you wondered if they might, but they went ahead and decided to punt.
Well, red zone offense has been tough for them tonight. Hayden obviously has got the leg. This is within his, obviously within his range to kick a chip shot field goal for Hayden, which would give the Mustangs a lead without much time left. But if you're Grapevine, you want to get your best play now, and you want to get into the end zone.
You absolutely want to punch this in to make Azle have to score a touchdown
Yes.
to beat you. But at the same time, you also want to run as much time off or make them use their timeouts.
So are we going to see a Green Bay situation against Denver in the Super Bowl where Azle just kind of lets the Mustangs score? We'll see.
1st and goal at the 5 for the Mustangs. Bell in the backfield. Shotgun snap back, handoff to Bell. Not much room there. Only a couple of yards, maybe only a yard down to the 4.
And now Azle will take another timeout.
Yep.
So this does 2 things for Grapevine. Not only are you taking the time off the clock, but now you are forcing Azle to use their timeouts, which means they're going to have the ball back with under a minute with no maybe one or no timeouts.
Well,
left.
they'll have none. That's their 2nd timeout of the half. They'll have 1 left here to use. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 4 when they come back here after the timeout. And yeah, now it's what do you do in this kind of situation? The run game has been solid. Do you do some kind of a speed option play here with Hackbarth? Give him an option to do something.
You know,
or do you just go straight ahead?
They've been all congealed in there. I mean, if what happened last week hadn't happened, I would say let's play action right now. But if I'm Grapevine, I'm going to run the ball again and force them to make a timeout or take a timeout and then call my best play on 3rd down.
It's just a question of how you run. It's in this part of the field tonight
where
the straight ahead, but the straight ahead run game has been getting stuffed in this part of the
field
all night.
Just on this play, I'm going right up the middle. I'm giving the ball to Connor Bell. I'm going right up the gut. If we score, great. If we don't, you have to use another timeout.
2nd and goal from the 4. You've got Bell and Dunn in the backfield on this play.
Pick your poison.
Snap back, handoff to Dunn, trying to find room over the right side and nothing doing. Maybe a half yard at most.
Oh, we got a late flag. And another Azle player on the ground.
Another Azle player down. Official timeout for the injury. I don't see the
flag.
flag.
No flag. I thought I saw a flag. Maybe it was a beanbag that they threw
it could have
down.
been. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a break here as they attend to the downed Azle player. It is 1:18 to go, 14-13 Azle. This is Mustang Friday Night.
It's only once a year Shop our best Labor Day savings at Classic Chevrolet. New Silverados, 400 on the ground and ready for delivery. Not 7, not 8, 10 grand off MSRP. Did you hear that? Through Labor Day only, 10 grand off new Silverados. The #1 Chevy dealer in the nation. 63 acres of holiday savings. Get 10 grand off new Silverados before they're sold. This is Texas. This is Classic.
Number 22, Garen Graves, the junior outside linebacker, is the player down on the field for Azle. He is up now and coming off with the trainers under his own power, but he'll have to come off for this play at least. The last two running plays have gained about 1.5 yards for the Mustangs, setting up 3rd and goal.
So Azle should have no timeouts.
They don't have any.
Currently. So if you're Grapevine, you run a play, you run your best play to score. If you don't score, the good news is you can run this thing down well within inside of a minute and have Hayden Rhodes go out and kick you a field goal and then have defense close out the game for you.
Here we go, 3rd and goal for the Mustangs at the 3 of Azle. Snap back, hand off to Bell, and just gets stuffed at the line. Again, they just went right up the gut, but they centered the ball is the good thing. I was wondering if they might try to get to the outside.
And you know what? You don't want to do anything here that's going to, we talk about the outside pitch. We love that play, but it's a risk. Why not just hand the ball off when you have a Hayden Rhodes? You're going to take a lot of time off this clock before you have to call that timeout. Now Azle's going to have no timeouts.
You're going to be able to run this clock down to about 30 seconds before you have to take your timeout, and then you'll bring on Hayden Rhodes for what will be a 22-yard field goal right in the middle of the field.
If nothing else, Jacob, I was right about one thing this entire night. I said this would be the last time Grapevine was going to get the ball about 6 minutes ago, and sure enough, unless they get a turnover, this is the last time we'll see Grapevine's offense on the field.
Well, the Mustangs take their 2nd time out of the ball game. They do have one left. There's 32 seconds left, and Hayden Rhodes will come on to try and give the Mustangs the lead back here with only 32 seconds left to play. Rhodes tonight is 2 for 3 on field goals. He hit one from 19 yards, one from 20 yards, and then he had one from 40 yards that had the distance but stayed wide to the right as he was kicking from the right hash on that particular attempt.
And how many did he make last week? Was it 2?
He made 2 last week as well, and one from distance.
And he has not.
But he also had one blocked.
He hasn't kicked off. He hasn't had a kickoff that hasn't gone into the end zone this year either. I mean, Hayden Rhodes, as good as he was a year ago, is even better.
Well, this one is not, the distance isn't remotely the question here. This is just, you almost treat this like an extra point because this is only a couple of yards deeper.
Yeah, it's about the same distance. You just put your head down and kick this thing through the uprights and get out of here.
Hayden Rhodes lines it up from 22 yards out.
No pressure.
Good snap, good hold. Kick is up,
and
it is no good.
I'm going to disagree with you, Jacob. The snap was good. The hold, he bobbled the hold, and as an ex-holder, when you bobble the hold and put it down late, that messes up the timing of the entire kick. If you watch closely, the ball squirts through his first hand to his second where he bobbles it and then tries to get it down a little too late. Hayden had to kind of hold up before he kicks the ball. That messes up the timing. Grapevine's going to get out of here without the win.
And Rhodes, because of the bobble on the hold, hooks the field goal from 22 yards out. And the Azle Hornets are going to escape tonight with a win.
And once again,
something unforeseen.
The Mustangs beat the Mustangs. And Coach said it last week. I think he's going to say it again. It's going to be a recurring theme until the Mustangs stop beating the Mustangs.
Yep. This is going to be, I mean, you give all the credit in the world for the great plays by Azle tonight throughout the ball game, especially here in the second half. But Mustang mistakes are going to end up being what cost them this game.
And
tonight.
Lack of red zone offense. I mean, 3 times in the red zone, you come away with 2 field goals and then 2 missed field goals. Red zone offense has to get better.
No doubt. Well, Azle now in victory formation. The shotgun snap is down, and the kneel is taken.
One missed field goal, 1 missed extra point. My mistake.
No, the 1 missed field goal was outside the red zone, though, is the only thing I was thinking.
Okay, there you
go. The other missed field
goal. So that was
Yeah, so you had two.
So I was right.
Yeah, 2 field goals, 1 missed field goal, and 3 trips into the red zone tonight. Not able to punch it in. And, yeah, it's just, again, credit to Azle for standing up and bowing up inside the 10-yard line. But tonight, the Mustangs are going to walk away from this one knowing they could have and probably should have won this ball game.
And you can see the disappointment. You can just see the way they're walking off the field, the disappointment that they feel. You work so hard for this game and have it come down to a last play like that.
Well, the Azle Hornets tonight get their first win of the season. They move to 1-1. They defeat the Grapevine Mustangs by a score of 14-13. The Mustangs will fall to 0-2, and they will hit the road again next week as they will head to Argyle to have a rematch of that great game we had at Grapevine last year. I don't know what the score is right now in the Argyle game, but it was looking like that it was going to be Argyle was going to be 0-2 as well going into that game next week.
Yeah, I think the last score you gave me was 28-0. So Argyle certainly has their hands full, and Grapevine is going to have to get themselves motivated for next week's game, right? They're going to have to get themselves in a headspace where they can stop making the mistakes and play a clean game. We're so used to seeing them play clean games. They need to get back to that.
Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for us tonight here from Hornet Stadium here at Azle High School as the Mustangs fall tonight to the Azle Hornets by a score of 14-13. Thank you to our entire crew tonight, including Carly Isbell on the sideline, our executive producer, Trey Bell, and my broadcast partner, Tim Smith. My name is Jacob Dedamore. We will see you once again next Friday night from Argyle High School as Grapevine takes on Argyle, as you will have two teams looking to get their first win of the season. Until then, everyone have a great weekend. Good night, everybody. This has been Mustang Friday Night.